What's up, everybody? I'm over here. Ignore my Irish whiskey page. I always wanted to find out what it was called when you put Irish whiskey in your coffee. Yeah, Terrence is here. He's
complaining about this.
He's just venting a little bit about the effects of coronavirus, and he didn't know that we were gonna. They like close down stuff in his building, and he's really uncomfortable with it. I don't know where he's been at for the past couple of days.
I just didn't think it would come to restaurants closing, bars closing, gyms closing. I just thought we would be, use your common sense, social distancing, but things will still be open.
Oh, okay.
And now everything's closed.
Oh yeah, Dashiki gang. Mostly Dashiki gang because I did not do laundry. I didn't have any t-shirts.
Black Panther 2 premiere, yes.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna get some more because this came from a cruise. It's the same one that everyone in the whole world buys from the same supplier. This is not an official. Ain't nothing special about this dashiki.
No, you gotta say you got it from like Sudan.
Oh, I got it from somewhere. No, yeah. I didn't. I won't lie to you. But tonight is going to be the start of Capstone Project 2. And remember, I told you that Capstone Project 2, we were not going to be finishing Capstone Project 2. And be giving you just enough to kind of get started, get going, give you some sense of creativity to go off on your own and be great. So tonight, really, we're going to be learning the first piece of it. We're going to be learning about web scraping in particular. We are going to be using the package called Beautifulsoup, which is very popular. And we're going to just do a little mini project to get us ready for what we're going to do next time and kind of carry that on. We might actually switch it up and do some stuff with coronavirus. And like tracking some of the metrics and stuff, but cool. We'll figure it out. We'll definitely figure it out. But tonight is going to be mostly just understanding, just pieces of the web, maybe a little bit about web requests and a slight overview of HTML for those of you who aren't familiar with it to kind of know how to make this work. But like I said, we'll try to get a little app together and pick up the rest of the skills that are going to be needed for you to kind of continue on some of the things after this, especially because 95% of anyone who's going to be doing any type of programming is going to be dealing with the web in some way. Maybe not doing web scraping, but web requests are probably going to be important, understanding how the web works. So this is just a good segue into all that stuff. Yes. What's up, Cecilio? Carrie Shoe is back. Well, what's up? Yes, this is Gnome. I am a Gnome 3 user. Some people don't like it. I do, in fact, like it. Let's actually close. I was doing some stuff earlier with it because I haven't used Beautifulsoup in a while. When you've done something before and you're like, I can do this again. And then you're like, today I was like, I don't know when the last time I've used, I don't know when the last time I've done any web scraping with Python was. So I was just messing around with it earlier just to see. And it's as simple as I remember it being. I might have to learn some new things about HTML again. But what's up, Risen _? Welcome to the channel.
Spain,
good to have you.
What's up, Celio?
I'm from Spain. What's up?
Hey.
How you doing over there in Spain? I know one of our one of the DevOps engineers on our team. Actually, some of you might have met her the last DevOps bootcamp. She was on the stream. She actually just she had to rush out of Spain. She just got back, so she's at home. We won't see her for at least 2 weeks. I think everything's closing down now, so I won't really see anybody for 2 weeks. But welcome. We are in. If you didn't know, we're in Maryland, Baltimore, Maryland. Not far from Washington D.C. Probably 30-40 minutes from Washington D.C. But yeah, cool.
He wants that background.
What's up, Twitch? Stop changing my password. That is a great name. Twitch, please stop changing that man's password because it's really annoying. But cool. All right, let's take a look at the Academy website real quick. Let's check out where we've gone. Shout out immediately if things are too small, too big. So again, I have a second capture card now, and for some reason yesterday, one is a 4K capture card for a very specific reason. And so now I can it's capturing from my laptop at a higher resolution. So things might be a little small. We can make it larger if we need to. But curriculums, let's see where we're at. We should, now that I've shown you guys CI/CD in the Python in the DevOps bootcamp, I should update this. I should update this, but I never did. Okay, we're doing the bigger, better project. So last week we knocked out Jack Black's game of blackjack. So if you're interested in Jack Black's game of Blackjack, you can head over to, oh, here we go. You head over to GitHub and you can go ahead and you can download that. Check out what we did. The code is actually in a branch there's a pull request. We have not merged it in yet, but you can check that out if you want to see kind of what we did, how we did it, run it yourself, make some changes, make it better. It is in fact here. This week, again, tonight we're gonna be learning a little bit of web scraping. We're gonna learn how to interact with the web, make some web requests. We'll do other things besides we'll be using the request package to, yes, parse HTML, but this will also be kind of a lesson in maybe starting to work with some APIs and things like that. Yeah, we'll make a little quick app. A lot of people do some stuff with simple sites like Craigslist. Maybe we'll do something with that as well. So you can learn the last bit of concepts that you're gonna need to knock out well, at least to get going on the project next time. Then we're still gonna do cracking the code interview. Still planning on doing this engineering panel. I don't know how many people we're gonna be able to get together in one place. No big deal. The internet is a great place. We can certainly do this over Zoom or something. So we will, yeah, we're still having that, just maybe in a different format than we had last time, unfortunately, which sucks. Public void coronavirus system outprint. Yes, we are effed up.
What?
Yeah, and I think it's
oh god,
it's annoying. It's definitely annoying, but hey, just stay safe. Get yourself some. Make sure you have some food.
Some vitamin C.
Some vitamin C. You know, just practice your social distancing. Even though me and Terrence are pretty close together right now.
Super close.
We did we washed our hands. You know, we got some hand sanitizer close to us. Make sure you're practicing that for real though.
If you start
and not for you. It's really not for you. It is for, you would be surprised at how many people have immunodiseases, immune system deficiencies and things like that. So just be cognizant, just be conscious of those things. But cool. Let's hop into what we're gonna do. This is killing me. So there I have hard. Again, I talk about it a bunch of times. I'm gonna figure it out one day, but I'm using a virtual KVM server. It is called, get back over here. It is called Synergy. This is what I'm using. So in front of me, maybe you can see it in the glass behind me, but there's a 38-inch widescreen up top. There are two 27-inch monitors underneath it. Only the one on the left has the Linux machine that you're looking at now. The other two are the Windows machine. And this app, the Synergy app, is supposed to help me move the mouse from one computer to the other seamlessly. And it does, it works well, but it does not work well when you have multiple monitors on one of the computers. Unless they're like perfectly set up like side by side, which mine are not. So right now, it thinks I have 3 monitors. So for me to get from I can only go from left to right. So I can only go from my Linux computer that you're looking at right now to the right to my Windows computer. The problem is it also thinks that the monitor that the Linux computer is on, it also thinks that's a Windows monitor, because it is. When I'm not using it, it has 2 inputs. So I go off of the screen, I take my mouse off of the screen to the right, and so it's off of this machine, and then it has to travel all the way across a blank monitor to get to my other monitor. So there's like this huge lag in the middle. It's really annoying. One day I'll figure it out. One day I'll find a way to show it to you so you can see that I'm not just over here just spinning my mouse. So you can see where I'm like leaving the screen and coming back on the screen and stuff like that. But it's nice. It's a cool way to be able to control 2 computers at once. Just want to throw that out.
I couldn't even get the mouse over there when I tried.
Yeah. I mean, but you got,
really not even moving.
Yes, I learned how to deal with a lot of things that I shouldn't have to deal with. Okay, here we go. So first thing, Beautifulsoup. What do we need to do a tutorial? Maybe we will. Let's see what we got here. I'll click that one. I've clicked some of these before. Let's click some of the ones I haven't clicked on. But what is Beautifulsoup and what are we going to do with it? So, all languages basically have a form of interacting with the web, being able to request web pages, extract data out of them. Beautifulsoup in particular is a Python package, a very popular Python package, and maybe we can first pull up the actual page, even though the actual page is hard to read. What's up, Mr. Demon Wolf? Hey, thank you for the host. I appreciate it. Welcome, Mr. Demon Host. The person you brought with you. Welcome. You're special. Thank you for the thank you for the host, the raid. I don't know the difference between hosting and raiding because I need someone who's a Twitch pro to sit. I watch videos and like no one. I'm still confused about all the different pieces of Twitch, like emotes. Somebody messaged me like 9 times and was like, "Bro, you gotta set up some emotes. You got some emotes now. You're an affiliate. Like emotes." I'm like, man,
what is it?
Those emojis, like you already got those, right? And like, you can have custom ones. So I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them there. I'm definitely gonna get them there. And with Twitch Pro, hey, let's teach me. Please teach me the ways. Teach me the ways. I'm gonna become a Twitch Pro though.
You should use Twitch to teach people Twitch.
Twitch to teach people Twitch.
On,
I like it.
Okay.
All right, so let's actually pull up the page for Beautifulsoup. Again, it's pretty hard to read actually. Whenever you find it. Beautifulsoup 4. Beautifulsoup. It is a library that makes it easy to scrape information from web pages. That's what we're doing tonight. We're scraping web pages. It sits atop an HTML or XML parser, so it's able to parse either HTML or XML. We're not going to be doing anything ever with XML. We're going to be using HTML. So it's going to allow us to, we're going to learn a little bit about HTML tonight as well. So don't sweat it if you don't know what that is. But we're going to be able to parse out the information in HTML. That's basically just going to be the structure of the page, providing Pythonic idioms for iterating, searching, and modifying the parse tree. So it's going to take a web page and it's going to process it in a way that makes it easy for us to then process it using Python to use the information that is in it. And there's some examples down here. So we're gonna hop right into it and we're gonna get set up. And we're gonna learn how to import the package. We haven't done a ton with imports. And we'll use it and we will, start getting web page information back and we'll start building from there. What questions do you have? Again, my first question is these emotes. Are they like, I don't think they don't do anything besides to make it more fun to interact, right? And like, how do I design, like, how do I make an emote? Like, do I make it? Do I have to get someone to make it for me? Like, I don't know. Like, is it emote the PogChamp thing? Like, is it the little emojis that we're using? I don't know. Web scraping is what got me into programming early, like 10 years ago. Yeah, web scraping is dope. I think that's like, web scraping is one of the things that keeps people going in Python. Like, once you start to learn the basics of it, it's like a cool thing that you can like. I find that because we interact with the web so much, it's very hard to know what project to work on when you first learn like a programming language or like a new technology. You're like, what project can I do to start learning this better? Once people learn web scraping, they're like, well, I know I can do, like, I can try this at least. And it gives people some ideas about how to do that. You make it or have someone make it? Yeah, I'm gonna ask someone to make it because I don't know what I'm doing. Fiverr, cool. I'll go to Fiverr. Are you liking Pop OS? Yes, I still love Pop OS for sure. It is great until it gives me issues. Again, for anyone who's running a Linux distribution on a machine that has a dedicated video card, specifically an NVIDIA video card, you probably know the struggles of trying to get Linux set up there. With Pop OS, I've never had an issue. It just works. It really just works. Again, as long as you're in Ubuntu, liker, you can also customize it how you want, but I like it right out of the box. It's clean. It's never slowed down on me. It's got everything that I need. The support is fantastic, but I still love it for sure. Also has proper API inputs. That is true. And so it's actually funny for me to go back to doing some web scraping right now because I'm so used to working with APIs. It feels a little weird, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna have fun. All these concepts still apply, for sure. So let's get 1 emote for tier 1, 2 emotes for tier 2, and 3 emotes for tier 3 subscribers. So you're telling me I get a single emote for everyone who subscribes?
Really?
You also get emotes from cheering. Huh.
Wow.
Okay.
You got hella emotes. You must have hella emotes. That's what those things are. All the cheering and all the things.
NVIDIA has been way easier than AMD. Really? So I thought AMD had open source drivers that were pretty compatible. I mean, so I've had terrible luck with AMD graphics cards. I love AMD's processors. I have never had a good experience with an AMD graphics card. I had a Radeon 7 in this computer before, and I could not render a video. It would crash my computer. The whole computer would crash every time I did something with it. Very annoying. I had a different card before that didn't work either. But yeah, but I've heard it's a little bit easier to install AMD cards on Linux, or they have better compatibility. But I've had tons of problems with NVIDIA cards on Linux, but it's been working pretty good for me. Oh yeah, I had a 5700 XT before I got the Radeon 7, and because I was having problems, I took it back and was like, oh, maybe it's just the card. Let me upgrade to the Radeon 7 because someone had returned one, and then they told me there was one that was returned, but there wasn't, and they were like, well, we'll still give you the discounted price because we told you it was here, and so I got a brand new one for cheap. But then that one didn't work for me either. Like it would shut my computer all the way down whenever I tried to do anything. I want to try to render. Oh, it was actually only when I tried to render, which was really interesting. But yeah, cool. Let's thank you for that information, Mr. Demon Wolf, about Twitch emotes. I'll have many more questions, and I'll have to give you I'll make sure that we're gonna get we're gonna get somebody to actually redesign kind of all the stuff on the page. Like those are generic little card panel things that like I made in like 2 seconds, like off of some website. But someone's actually gonna be building us out some of those things just to make the page a little bit cleaner, a little more useful, add a little bit of pizzazz and spice to it. We'll find a way to. You've already given us enough good information that gotta have a little Mr. Demon Wolf Easter egg in there somewhere. So we'll figure out how to integrate a little Easter egg in there for you. Is Ray Dragon? I don't know. I think I had a power color. Radeon 7, but it didn't work for me. Cool. Let's. Can I follow this stream if I only know Java? Yeah. Yep. We're not gonna do hard. We're not gonna do crazy hard stuff. And again, the goal is actually to get the concepts and not necessarily learn how to program in Python, so you can absolutely follow it. All right, so let's go. Let's hop into our folder that I forget every single time.
I know what it is at this point.
Documents. No, you don't. Don't tell me. Don't. Got it.
Yo, I think I know it.
Yeah, I did it. Okay, we're gonna make another directory, and we're gonna call this. Tonight we're just gonna call it web scraping. Web, and we're gonna spell it all the way wrong. SKR. I thought I could spell it way more wrong, but you can just change one letter, and I don't know.
Web scraping.
I want to spell it cool, like the cool kids do
Scraping.
stuff. Okay. So let's make a file real quick, and let's start our first file. Maybe we'll just, instead of, just so we have something to build on, so we can see the like stages of this. Maybe we'll start with a file that just requests information from a website. Then maybe we'll copy that file into a new file and build on top of that. Then copy a file, like just so we can, I don't know, just someone who comes along and pulls this from GitHub can follow. So let's vim make request make_request.py. What's up, Cosmic Mosaic? Welcome to the channel. So good to have you here. Also, the software pro over here is going to give you guys all the answers to all your questions, and not me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay.
You have roles, you give a mod. So I know about someone last time. Actually, I haven't seen him in a while. I'm gonna check out and see where he is. I know I follow him on Twitter. What's his name? Shug White. Shug White used to be on here. Shug White. He was my mod. He was my trusty mod. But I haven't had one since. So he taught me how to make a mod. So maybe he's destroying my whole channel and I would never know. So I should check that out. You can edit your titles. The VIPs are people you want to help out with chat or a good friend. Okay. Bypass slow mode. Subscribe. Okay. T-Bell should be a mod.
Really?
You should be a mod, and I'll be a mod for you.
Let's go.
We'll be mods for each other. Yeah. I'm affiliate myself, so I learn as I go. Huh, okay. I need to learn. I definitely need to learn. Okay. So T-Bell will, at least for now, T-Bell's actually going to be doing things on this channel. We are going to be,
right? Okay.
yeah. So we never found time to officially make all the things known. But again, Terrence is a talented software engineer. But yeah, we're going to be offering more workshops, more boot camps and things. Kind of just being like, we really want this to be an interactive place where people can kind of come whenever they can catch something and get something good. So we'll be running a lot more variety of things more often. So sometimes it'll be both of us, sometimes it'll be just me, sometimes it'll just be Terrence. And before the year's over, we hope to have one more person actually help us out with that stuff as well, who has a different level of expertise, maybe in data science or something else, just so we can provide just a constant flow of opportunity for people to kind of hop in somewhere and learn something. So
that'd be so dope.
Yeah,
it's gonna work out.
It's definitely gonna work out.
So watch me, please.
So again, like I said, you'll see Terrence sometimes, you'll see me sometimes, you'll see us together a lot of times as well. I'm in the office. I mean, that place he used to work. Yes, we are in our office. We're the place that used to. Yeah, that. Yes, we are in the office. This is the office that we actually rent ourselves. We've made sure not to touch anything on the way in. Luckily, no one's in here, so this is actually probably safer than being at home, especially because my wife is she's an EMT, and so she's gonna be riding the ambulance, being exposed to the coronas. So I'm gonna have to go live in the basement or here.
That ain't what you told me.
She's gonna have to live in the basement. She's going to live in the basement for sure, because I can't be exposed to. All right, how am I gonna start my career as a professional professionally average Overwatch player if I'm too sick to play? If I can't breathe while I'm playing Overwatch, heart rate gets going. You got to be able to really, take a deep breath.
I love it.
Why don't I get a DBA? Yeah, we don't. I mean, I know it's a troll question, but I don't want to offend DBAs either. I
don't know if that's a troll question.
So it's a troll. It
is coming from Block 7.
It's Block 7.
Yeah,
it's a troll question. Nah, we don't need a DBA. We know a little more SQL than you think. All right, I've set up multi-clustered, server clustered MySQL instances with automatic failover and automatic promotion and all that fancy stuff. I can do all that.
What was that?
I don't know. It's the basement where your lover belongs. If she got corona, it is. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
It's only 20% chance you'll have complications.
Y'all are crazy.
All right. So yes, I am on software nights. I am the intern. We're writing code. If we're not writing YAML, I'm the intern.
That's not true.
Well,
he's actually got a nice software. Don't let him.
No, I'm not. 80% of coronavirus people will show no symptoms.
Stop looking at the chat.
Then I probably have it. All right, cool. Let's get going. I love it. I love this. So first thing we're gonna do is to use this package. We're gonna have to import this package first. So we can import BS4 from Beautifulsoup is what you need to grab. So we're gonna grab that. So you do have to install it first. So check it out up here. Pip install Beautifulsoup 4. We're gonna be using Pip 3 because yes. If you set up Python when we started, Pip 3 is probably already defaulted to Pip because you probably didn't have Python 2. I gotta skip the song. I hate when the songs have words.
Oh wow.
That
really bothered you.
Not that I hate the song. The word. I start listening to the words and it throws me.
It throws you off.
It throws me off.
Gotcha.
So, let's see here.
Pip install.
Pip
like that.
3 install. Beautifulsoup 4. So again, Pip is that package manager that we installed really early on. We haven't done a bunch with Pip so far, but yeah, Pip install. I don't know how to spell Beautifulsoup. Yeah, I do. BEAUT. Beautiful soup.
Sorry, I got a question about this. Beautifulsoup. Could I see? I know you're importing it as a package, but could I see the source code if I wanted to?
Yeah, you could see the source code of Beautifulsoup. I'm pretty sure. You can download the files here.
Okay, gotcha. And then
there's a link to it on here. I never go here anymore.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. You can see the.
I'm just curious.
Yes, you can go see the source code of Beautiful Soup. I don't know where the link is. Homepage, documentation, development. Here we go. So this is some information about it. It's pretty boring.
This is what they have for the page.
This is documentation, which is
normal Python stuff.
Very annoying to use. This is why we are not looking at the documentation right now.
Wow.
But we might, and then here's probably where you can go to get a little more information about the releases,
Nice.
packages, things like that. But we don't care about that right now. We are gonna use Beautiful Soup somehow. Mostly, we imported it, already had it. If you didn't have it, it would tell you you didn't have it, and it will go ahead and it will download it for you. But now that we want to use it, you also need another package. You might as well just do it right now. There's another package that we're going to need tonight to be able to. Beautiful Soup allows you to parse web pages. But what you need to do first, before you can parse a web page, you got to be able to get that web page data down to your computer. You've got to have your application make a request to get that. So we're also going to be installing a package called requests. So go ahead and try to do that. I already have this as well. But yes, requests is what you are going to need. So let's talk a little bit about how the web works first, because I think that's very important. Yeah, I think it's applicable much farther than just web scraping. So the same way you all may have seen me, I kind of get mixed up on what I do here versus what I do on the DevOps streams, but well, I definitely do that on both, where I accidentally
close out everything.
Damn. But you can make so web requests, happen over the HTTP protocol. So Hypertext Transfer Protocol. You've probably seen in your web address HTTP or HTTPS. HTTPS is Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. So these are over two different ports. One is over port 80. HTTPS is over port 443. Not super important to remember right now, but I do want you to remember HTTP and HTTPS. Not necessarily what they mean right now, but just know they are the protocols of the web. It's how web is transferred to you. And remember, it's called Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And so, because of that, what is delivered back to you actually is a markup language. So what's basically delivered back to you is something called HTML. There are other things that come through with that as well. It's not just HTML, but the basic structure of the internet is through HTML. What does HTML stands for? Hypertext Markup Language. All right, a lot of acronyms here. Don't need to remember you don't need to remember what they all are. Just throw them all at you. High level concepts. Just know that there is a structure for the web, and that is what HTML is. So usually when people hop into web development or learning how to code, a lot of people hop into HTML and CSS first. HTML is the structure of the page. CSS is the look of the page. So what we have over here on the right side over here is actually the HTML for this page. And I know you can't see it. I know it's tiny. Don't sweat it. We're going to look at some other HTML, but I know it looks crazy. I know it looks wild, but it really, again, is just some structure. It starts out with these things it uses these things called tags, which kind of tell the page how to structure things. So it's wrapped kind of in this HTML thing here, and it's got a closing tag. So tags must be opened and then closed. So you see here, HTML starts it with some options sometimes, and then it has /HTML. That's where it gets closed. You can see something right here called a head tag, and then it's closed right here, and there's actually some stuff inside of it. But you can see also that when I start highlighting things, it starts highlighting pieces of the page. But yeah, if you want to check this out on your computer, if you're using Chrome, if you're using Firefox or anything, you can right click a section of the page, click inspect, and it will open this up and it'll show you the HTML that references the piece of the page that you care about, that you want to see. Not important that you understand what this is, what this looks like. What you do want to understand is that this describes the structure of the page, and it is very important. And we're going to use this structure to be able to find the information that we need when scraping information from these pages. So
That's a lot.
that was a lot, really quickly. Like really quickly. A lot of you are probably familiar with HTML already, but again, this is an intro course. I know there are a lot of people who are not. Ask any questions you may have. We're gonna dive a little bit deeper into kind of just the basic tags, some of the common tags, just so people are familiar with those things. We'll take just like 10 minutes and run through that. And then after that, we're gonna start actually scraping sites because I think it's gonna help to do a little preview of those things first. We'll start scraping and we'll have a little bit of fun. Let's see. Anyways, am I out just messaging on Twitch? Cool. Appreciate you coming through, Mr. Demon Wolf. You're probably already gone. Which below? Oh yeah, I'll head over to your channel and give you a follow, so I can reach out to you. But thank you for the Twitch advice. I'll have a lot more because you're a pro. Oh, and I'm assuming that's your emote. I don't know how emotes work. Can you bring your emotes over here if you can?
Cat?
I like it. I think it's a wolf with a heart. His name's Mr. Demon. It's a demon wolf. With the heart, I love it. Well, it's cute.
I guess demon wolves don't have to look.
Yeah, come on, man. You're just giving demons a bad name. Which website should we scrape? Okay, excellent. We can scrape cdc.gov. cdc.gov, in fact, is a WordPress site. If you didn't know. So I actually I had to deal with cdc.gov and a bunch of other stuff over the weekend. So surprisingly enough, this coronavirus stuff has had a huge not fallout, but obviously, so I basically am the tech lead for the Small Business Administration, and small businesses need loans in this time, and there's a lot of things that the Small Business Administration is actually leading up disaster loans and things like that during this time. So we were on all kinds of. I mean, luckily, our site was engineered in a way that was excellent.
Easily
yeah, we're using a lot of AWS services that we're able to handle the load no problem. But there were a lot of linking outs and things to other places where traffic from our site actually crushed other government websites and things like that. Luckily, CDC is smart and they have people internally who obviously know to get ready for stuff like this, and they had no issues at all. And we were monitoring their traffic, and they were getting a lot of traffic. They were getting a lot of traffic. But yeah, let's scrape some. I like this. Let's scrape some CDC stuff. Cool. I like that. Are we scraping coronavirus data? We can, because it might not be safe. We can. I wasn't planning on it. I was actually planning on possibly doing that, like doing something with the data next time. But we can definitely scrape some data, have a little bit of fun. How does request packages work with Ajax data? I don't know, actually. I do not know. We can find out though. We can mess around and find out.
I used to do Ajax calls
yeah,
a long time ago.
Me too.
Yeah.
Most excellent? With a question mark? I don't know what that was in reference to.
That was,
but
you said that all the time.
I think he just said excellent.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was,
you think so?
That was Mr. Burns.
That's what it was. Yeah, I think that's
Mr.
him.
Burns. Sure. We'll go with that. Lots of us like they're so stupid. I don't care. Scraping is safe. It's not illegal, right? No, it's not illegal. It's probably illegal to scrape data that like
sensitive.
Maybe, yeah, it's probably maybe. But yes, web scraping is legal. Yeah, you can do it. I'm sure there's some gray area with like maybe there's a site that you pay for that you are logging and scraping data from. It's probably a problem. But any kind of free thing, it's not like you're scraping free porn. If we were to do that, I assume it will be fine. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that actually, and actually create their own porn websites out of that. Again, we're only talking about it because it is tech related. A lot of people do, in fact. I'm pretty sure a lot of people do that. Yeah, you probably just can't sell it, to be honest. Cool. 1 week on the webpage, they give you a course if you do scraping and download the videos. Still legal, right? Maybe. I don't know. We are absolutely not lawyers or able to get. We are not able to give you legal advice. This is a full disclaimer. We believe what we're doing is legal. It is legal. What we're doing is legal. I don't know how you use the data. Is where it kind of gets shady. But tonight is going to make it easy for us. So W3 Schools is always my go-to for very quick
Shout out to W3 Schools.
Yeah, shout out to W3 Schools for a very quick overview of things. Now, I do think W3 Schools can be problematic, not problematic, but I think when you're first learning stuff, they don't go deep enough into some things.
They don't. They
so
just very
like
topical.
it may be like confusing, but once you've kind of have the stuff down and you need a reference, W3 Schools is amazing. Like
Simple
just
examples.
for straight to the point,
Straight
simple
to it.
examples. Like
Yeah.
I just need to know how to use this function. I needed to learn if this method is available. W3 Schools is amazing for that. So we're you can see there's a lot of crap here on HTML. Wow, this is way more intense. I'm not a web developer. I'm not an HTML expert. You don't need to be. Once you learn the structure, you can kind of know what to do pretty easily. But again, HTML uses these tags here. You have to open them somewhere and you have to close them somewhere for them to work. Well, there's some caveats to that, but yes, you have to open them, you have to close them, and you put your information on the inside. There can also be other descriptor information, metadata, and things that go along with these tags as well. But this basically, again, shows the structure of your page. So if we do this right here, this is what the page now looks like. So these things mean different things. A head tag means something different than a title tag. An H1 means something different from a P tag. So you can see how in here, this is a heading, looks like this. But this is a paragraph, looks like this. And so yes, you can use HTML to get a bit of styling. It does that structure, because it does deal with size as well and spacing. It will give you a bit of styling, but it will not give you. It is not how you style a page. You can this is more about the structure. You can see here how we can change these things. You don't know the other tags yet, but there are H2. I think there are H1 through 6 tags, I believe. And you can see how this heading is smaller as the number goes up for header tags. The size goes down. So if we do it like an H5, the H5 might actually be smaller than a P tag. Run, and you can see here, but it's bold and it has a certain level of formatting. But another thing about the structure of the page is these things do mean something. Like there is supposed to be a hierarchy to these things for things like accessibility. People are using screen readers, they can't see. The structure of your page actually does matter. It follows a path. Usually, H1 tags will get read before H2 tags because they're supposed to be kind of nested under each other, and the structure of the page has to be thought out in a way. Well, it should be thought out in a way. It doesn't have to be. Should be thought out in a way that kind of makes things easy for everyone. So just something to think about as you are foraying into HTML. I'm not at all a web development pro, but these are caveats and things you might want to think about as you're kind of building things. And just to know that they're more than just the structure. It's up to you to make that structure right for people. But HTML basics, let's talk about that stuff. First thing, all HTML documents must start with a document type declaration of doc type HTML. You will always see this at the top of every piece of HTML. If we went back to our site over here that we were looking at, we can go to the very top of this HTML and we can see here that the doc type for this page is HTML. Exactly what they said over here is that it will be there. Again, it's something you should be aware of. It's something you should be aware of.
What happens if it doesn't start with that?
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's actually find out. Terrence asked, what happens if it doesn't start with that? So HTML can be read right from your own computer. So I can go to documents and I can them and test.html, and I can just do actually I don't think you need it. I think it will still, if I do a P tag and I do this is a test and I close it and I save it and I think I can just do open.
Yeah, open sure.
I guess it's a Mac thing. No biggie. We can go to documents, test.html. Still works. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you should have written it in HTML. So if I do,
so I guess it's just a standard type thing.
Someone said we have to wrap it in HTML. Yeah, all my web developers, let me know what to do here. Let's kill it. Would this not work? Is that what you're saying?
This conversation about this legal stuff is actually pretty interesting in the chat.
It works. I'll get back to that conversation in a second.
Yeah, good practice to wrap it. I think you're right.
I don't know why I keep typing to open it.
But we don't need it. Yeah.
All right, doesn't need it. I don't know what it does. Again, like I said, not a web developer, not important at all. But yes, cool. I actually think someone just throw on LinkedIn and scraping says if you, yeah, somebody just like some important dude who like made a business off of the data that he was scraping from. He was scraping a bunch of data from LinkedIn, a bunch of public data from LinkedIn, and like he like built a business off of it, and they like banned him, and then he couldn't do it anymore. And
that's
like he like
information though. What's the
that was his argument. I don't know.
I
don't know. It looks like Vieira let us know what the ruling is.
That is not even. However, it violates the RFCs. Thank you, Vieira. That makes sense.
That does make sense.
Right, so then not even because the browser. Yeah.
So just to see here how you can make things. Again, this is the structure. So if you want to make something a link, you use an A tag, anchor tag with an href, reference, an HTML reference basically that makes it a link. So this is what it looks like on the left versus what it looks like on the right. And again, you use CSS to style these things up later, but by default they'll kind of look like this, and you can click on it and it takes you here. But yeah, not super important that we know those things. There are just a few main tags that you need, like div. It's for like a divider. And it kind of just carves out a chunk on the page for you to kind of put stuff in. There's a span, which does something similar. I really don't want to get too deep into HTML because that's not what we're doing tonight. Paragraphs are designed for you to, write text inside of. But yeah, so there's just a bunch of different tags. Don't need to memorize them. Just know that these tags are what we're going to be using tonight to try to identify the things that are on the page when we do some web scraping. So, all right. Let's get back to what we're doing. Let's actually get back into Beautifulsoup and let's start making a request. So Beautifulsoup tutorial. I'm not using their documentation because I know better. Cool. Let's just read this. It's pretty simple. We can use the request. They're doing the same thing that I did. Give you a little bit of information about HTML first, because it is important to know. That makes me feel better about myself, because I felt like it was important to go over
intro class.
So I'll actually send this. I don't know if this is a good guide yet, but
we're about to find out.
But we're about to find out, and it's going to tell you if you want to reference some HTML stuff. It doesn't look like he puts too much stuff in here. Look at that. Indicates a division or area of the page. I said that. So they carved out a little piece of page for you. But yeah, cool. So we're going to skip this part. The request library. So this is the part that's needed with Beautifulsoup. We need to actually get the information. First thing you need to do to scrape it is to make a web request. So how does your application use web protocols to make a web request? You're probably used to interacting with the internet over your browser. You type it in and you get the information you want. I think we've done curl or wget on here. Like I can curl HTTPS Academy Mastermind.io. I can curl this here. Oh, are you playing games?
2 C's.
Oh, thank you. Oh, my site's down. I don't know. 60, I'm sorry. I got angry real fast. But I can make a web request from my terminal. So again, a web request is just a request using the specified protocol. So when I use the tool curl, I can make that same request that my browser makes from the command line. So there are many different ways to do that. And the request package in Python gives us the ability to go ahead and do that. So we can see here, looks like this person is, wow, I made it too big, is importing the request package. So let's go ahead and start with what they're doing, and let's do that. So documents.
It's hilarious.
That's a lot of blank lines. Look, man. Look.
He's coming for your neck.
Look. The site. This is a statically generated site. Okay. I didn't do this.
Oh, well,
it's Hugo. It's Hugo's fault. It's Hugo's fault. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Also, stop looking at my HTML.
Yo,
all right. Keep your eyes off. Get out of here. All right.
Oh man.
So we'll go into. What are we going into? Speak of? No. Mastermind. Man, sometimes I'm worried about myself.
Don't be worried.
I get into like these like brain like hard stops.
That means when you get older, it's really gonna be bad.
Yeah.
Like my memory's already bad.
All right. So we are going to. What? Hold on. There's nothing in this file, but it's 1 byte. All right, sorry, it doesn't matter. It's weird. It's probably a space.
Weird.
It's probably a space. So we're going to import the request package. So that import is going to allow us to utilize the functions and the things that are in here. We're not importing a specific package. We are importing everything from the request package for us to use. So import requests. And so let's take a look at this line and let's break this down a little bit so you understand what this is doing in terms of Python. Okay, so they're setting up, you've seen this before, you've seen a variable, and you know this is an assignment operator, so you know that it's setting whatever here is over here on the left, you're setting it equal to whatever's on the right. And so we're using requests, we're using the request package, and we're using the get method that exists in the request package. I know you don't know that that's available. You'd have to look at the documentation for requests to know that that's available. But all they're doing is getting a URL. So let's talk about CRUD. Yeah, let's talk about CRUD really quick.
Gosh, I remember this when I was trying to get into game development.
Mm-hmm.
It was all about like CRUD.
Yeah. So CRUD stands for the C, create, the R, read, the U, update, and the D is delete. But you can use, so the web uses these, they use these protocols around CRUD to be able to make these requests. So there are things like GET requests to retrieve data, and that is why we have the .get here, is to be able to get data, like get the information about this site. There is a post to be able to go ahead and to create or to push data somewhere. There's also a patch in there. There's delete. So if you want to delete something, it actually makes a delete request instead of a get request.
What is the put?
And put does the same thing. Put also, I think put patch
updates
and post. I never remember which one's which. One of them like updates in place. One of them does this like. One of them is only for creating new stuff. It'll overwrite everything. One of them is. I think 2 of them are for patching, but do different things. I think. Yeah, I don't know. But there are a few different protocols. The one that we're going to be using that we care about right now is to get information. So request.get, we'll use the get method to be able to request this information. We're going to change this URL. We don't care about data quest IO GitHub. We don't care about this. Actually, I want to see what it gives us. So it's going to basically go get that information. It's going to assign it to a variable. So it's going to save that data to this variable. Let's see what that looks like.
Yeah, curious.
What's up, Entity Adam? Welcome to the channel. So glad to have you tonight. I just felt very calm after listening to that
chill.
Piano jazz. After getting very mad when Curl responded with no page.
Super hot.
But let's go ahead and print out what is in page. Yeah, let's see what page looks like.
I got a guess, but I want to see it.
And let's also print out, let's print out page first, and then we'll dive a little deeper. Let's print this stuff on out. How do we run this? Python 3, make request.py. I'm gonna hit enter here. And look at that. Now you're gonna learn another piece of the web. We get a response 200. What does that mean? Also, let's check what type that is. Like response 200, is that what I expected? I have no idea what that means.
Oh, y'all so smart. They're answering everything for us.
Good, I like it. I like it.
For the put.
If you guys keep answering stuff for us, I'll appreciate it, because then when I have no idea what I'm talking about,
boom,
I can refer to the chat. And then I'll sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
So we're gonna do type of page just to see what this type is. I actually have no idea what this is gonna come back as. So it's a class. Okay, it comes back as a class.
Gotcha.
Request models response. But
that makes sense.
let's learn a little bit more about the web. So far we've learned that. Hopefully you've learned that the structure of the web is HTML, hypertext markup language, and that defines the structure of the page. Hopefully you've learned that web requests are made over HTTP or HTTPS, which is Hypertext Transfer Protocol or Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure. Hopefully you've learned about some of the different methods used to get information, post information on the web. There are different methods, where you can get or delete or post or put. And now you're gonna learn a little bit about web, about HTTP responses.
Yeah.
So they're called HTTP responses because HTTP is the protocol of the web. This is the responses that you get when you do make a request. The protocol responds accordingly to let you know whether or not the thing that you did was successful, if it ran into an error, if you need, it gives you some information about what happened. 200 is what you want to see. 200 series is what you want to be getting back. They do mean different things. So HTTP requests, response codes.
Yeah, I think 301 is a redirect.
301 is a redirect. 302 is also a redirect. One's permanent, one's temporary. 400s are your kind of not found or permission denied errors. 500 are server errors. 500 series are server errors or client. I actually think 400s might be client errors, but those are server errors. There's a bunch, but maybe I can give you a little table or something that tells you the series. This one's good, right? But 200 is the one you're looking for a successful action. A 200 is what you're going to expect back. So a lot of times when you're doing API development or web development, you'll check to make sure that you got a 200 back before you do something else. There'll be plenty of opportunity to dive deeper into that, including next week.
Yes,
including next week. There'll be some.
There's
a lot going on. But yes, these response codes mean something, and that is what this is. That is what the 200, the response is 200. It's that status code for the request that you made, and it lets us know that we are all good. We are A-okay.
That's what you want to see.
That's what you want to see. So how do I then? This is a class. There's some other things you can do with the request, but for what we're doing tonight, we don't need to do any more than that. This class, this object that's created here, actually has this object has information that we are going to pull out of it in a second, but we're not going to use the request package to do that. Here's where we're going to use Beautifulsoup to go a little bit deeper. So let's see if, I'm hoping that this tutorial leads us where I want to go next.
I hope so.
But if not, we'll fix
it's
it.
fine because we can get the response object.
So
get into it.
You can see here this object has some different properties. We learned about object-oriented programming. The response object has a bunch of stuff, has a bunch of properties. Status code is one, so we could just give back that status code if we want.
There we go.
And here we go. So page.content is what you could is how you would get the actual HTML of this. So the HTML does in fact come through.
So I got a question already.
Yep.
So this request that you're making on line 3, the request.get, is this synchronous or asynchronous callback? So if it's a large page, will it just hang until the actual response comes back? Or?
So by default, I don't think.
My guess is synchronous.
I'm pretty sure it's I'm like 99.9% sure it's synchronous because of Python's default nature. I don't think the request package is,
and I don't see a callback mechanism in here anyway.
I don't think anything in there is blocking either. Okay. So I think it'll just, I think it'll sit. I think it'll wait.
Just wait.
It'll wait until that's done and move on. We could try to grab a big page, but I'm pretty sure it's synchronous.
Okay.
I would almost always assume synchronous. I would almost always assume synchronous by default. You should async test it. We could async test it. We'll do that in a little bit after we start to see some HTML, since we talked about so much HTML. So what did I do here? I'm printing out the page.content. So I'm printing out a piece of that class of this object, which is going to be the content, which should give us the HTML that we were talking about. And so there we go. Here's some simple content for this page. So let's actually make a request to a bigger page. Let's make a request to something different. Let's make a request to that CDC page, actually. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to get better Vim habits, so I can't do that. I can't delete.
What were you doing?
I was manually deleting everything inside of there.
Gotcha.
And like, that's bad Vim habits. We learned to learn a lot here.
Bad Vim habits.
Look at
Get out of here.
Come on, man. Bad Vim habits. We don't want bad Vim habits. What's up, Luxawan? I was about to say Lucas 1, but Luxawan.
Luxawan. You be killing the names.
Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the channel. But we were able to get some information out of there. But what's the CDC website? Is it just CDC?
Did you work on that site?
No.
CDC? Okay.
No, I did not work on the CDC website. CDC.gov. Is it www? What is it? It's just cdc.gov.
HTTPS.
It's a naked domain. It's a naked. Okay. Let's do that.
Yeah, HTTPS.
Yep. cdc.gov. Let's do it. Let's request cdc.gov and see what the content looks like. And you can obviously see this does not look good.
Worked.
This is not what you like. This is not pretty at all. But this is in fact the HTML from the page that we are looking at if we go to cdc.gov. This is in fact what we are seeing. So if you were a computer, you would be able to, well, no, you wouldn't be able to. You would get the markup without the CSS. So you would get the structure without the look. What is this? This is not numbers. Oh no, I think it is. I think it's just this is what's it called? This is like vector. It's like vector
polygons,
stuff. Yeah. What's up, Main Village? Welcome to the channel. Good to have you. SVG. Yes, that's what I was looking for. SVG. Vector. Oh, that's what I said. I said vector graphics, right? Yeah, SVG. What does SVG stand for? SVG stands for something Aaron said. Vector graphics. Yeah. Tell your friends. The toy site built just for scraping. Quotes. I'll check that out. Scalable.
Like,
first off, I'm not a designer, but I wanted to learn just enough of Inkscape or Inkscape and Illustrator to be dangerous. And when I found out about SVGs and like how to mess with them and make them and stuff, things got good. Now, the problem is now I'm just good enough with those programs that I can't make anything properly because I know it could be better. I love Inkscape. I know it could be better. Like I used to be cool with it because I was like, I make this nice thing, I'll throw it out there. But now it's like, I know I can do better, and I'll never put it out because
you're a perfectionist.
Close to scrape.
This is beautiful.
We will scrape those. We're gonna scrape those now.
This is beautiful. Yeah.
We are gonna scrape those now. I don't know what I was gonna scrape before, but we are definitely scraping those. Oh man, we're just gonna make a random quote generator now. We're gonna scrape random quotes daily.
Ooh, yes.
And we're gonna put it. We're gonna make it so that it scrapes a quote every time we open up our terminal.
Okay. Oh,
it gives us a new quote.
Motivational thing.
Yeah. So we get a bunch of stuff not formatted properly at all. No problem. All the HTML is there, and we can use stuff later. Beautiful soup. Where were we? Oh, tutorial. So cool. Parsing with Beautiful Soup. So we're able to get the HTML, but now we need the thing that's going to help us parse it. That is what Beautiful Soup does. It's going to allow us to work with the HTML better. It's going to allow us to search through the HTML. It's going to allow us to make changes. It's going to allow us to do all the cool stuff that you want to do with HTML. So as you can see above, we've now downloaded the HTML. We can use Beautiful Soup library to parse out this document and extract text from the tag. First, we have to import the library, then create the instance of Beautiful Soup class to parse out a document. So let's read that line again to reinforce what we've been learning. We first have to import the library. So we're gonna have to import Beautiful Soup, and then we're gonna have to create an instance of the Beautiful Soup class. So we're gonna have to create an instance of the class. Remember, you create the class, and then you have to instantiate that class. You have to create an instance of that class to parse out our document, and then give you an example here that tell you exactly what to do. So we're going to import it with the from statement. and we're gonna import. We're actually not importing everything. We're only importing BS4. So there must be a bunch of other stuff in there.
Bunch of versions.
Yeah. So we're importing just Beautifulsoup 4 from Beautifulsoup, and then this is how they're instantiating it. So they're calling that class, and they're setting it equal to soup. We'll call it something else. And they're calling this class, and they're passing in two different things. So it looks like this class takes page.content, which is the HTML. That makes sense. So we're gonna pass in the page.content, and we're gonna use the HTML parser. So let's go ahead and take this information. Let's do it and see if we're good.
I'm kind of curious to see what the options for that second.
The options for the second. Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
You know what I mean?
I don't know what else. I don't know all the things Beautifulsoup can do. I've only ever used it for this, but now I'm like, what?
Super curious.
What else?
Right.
What else can it parse? Like what is it? It's probably just only HTML and XML. It said it earlier that it parsed XML, but we'll see.
Oh, that's how they do it, basically.
That's whack.
That's whack, bro.
They should auto detect for me, right? I'm lazy. So we're gonna vim this make request, and let's go ahead and import our second package. Man, we've imported 2 packages today. Look at that. We are fancy. We got some colors going. We have 3 different colors right now. I wonder what we're gonna get into. We're out of control. We're wild. We're wild for It's colors galore. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna instantiate Beautifulsoup. So we're gonna call this Mastermind Soup. Oh, that sounds weird, but I don't care.
That's not that bad.
That's not that bad. We're calling Beautifulsoup. We'll pass in the content, and we'll pass in the HTML parser.
You really don't like copying, do you?
I don't mind copying.
Actually, no. It makes sense to type it.
I don't mind copying. But page.content, and remember, if you're doing this and you gave this a different variable, we're calling the .content. We're checking the .content from whatever the variable is from our request. So if you called that something else, you would need to, rename this. So .content, and then what was the second option? It was HTML. Was it .parser?
Yeah.
I don't like that at all.
Right? What's that documentation say?
Okay.
That's so weird.
So now that we have that, what's wrong here? Now that we have that, let's go ahead and see what Mastermind Soup looks like.
Yeah.
And let's see what it looks like, and then we'll print out the type afterwards. Let's run this, and look at that. Doesn't that already look much simpler? Doesn't that already just make it so much cleaner to do? Shouldn't you make sure that the response is 200 first? Sure. Yeah, we could absolutely do that. Yes.
A little if statement in there.
Let's definitely do that. So that makes sense. So we get our HTML here. Again, it's not color coded. It's not actually, it's formatted properly. There's probably some indentations and stuff in here. But yeah, our HTML looks a lot better. That does look good. But I do like that a lot, Vieira. Thank you. We're going to go and we're going to make sure, if you're ever doing something like this, you kind of want to make sure you are getting, content to parse first before you try to parse it. So we've already learned there are a lot of different ways to handle things. We could simply throw a try except around this if we wanted, to make it kind of like a, hey, if this works, do it, but if not, go ahead and do something else. But we may want to extend this to work with things later. So yeah, we actually haven't learned about switch or case statements, but no big deal. Actually, maybe we did. I don't know. But for now, we can just do a simple if statement that says if page dot, what do they say? Response
value?
I think it was response. They talked about it up here. We can check to make sure that response is to status code. We were not close. Not even close. And I'm mad we were both like, I don't know if we fed each other's answer or not. But
response code seems right. All they do error checking or handling. I will say this: when I first started coding, bro.
We do it sometimes.
I had so much, I threw so many exceptions. I didn't know what I was doing.
So we're gonna say,
oh God, he's trolling us now.
I don't care. Now I want to try accept it so bad. I want to try accept the if statement. That's what I want to do. But so we can check to make sure the status code is 200. Make sure it's equal to 200, and we can do, if it is 200, if we did get a successful response, we can go ahead and do this, and we can say else We can say else. Your request failed. Sucker. Because we like to make people feel bad.
We're in the 60s?
Huh?
I said sucker past the 60s.
Okay.
70s, I don't know.
Sucker. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, you're right. I don't care. And then we're gonna quit. I think we learned. I want to use quit because I just learned about quit. Is that what we were doing last time?
Nice.
Let's quit.
Yeah, quit's nice.
Hey, whatever. Quit. So we do a little bit of handling here. So let's put a thing here. Make sure we get back a valid HTTP.
Dreaded Rasta. Very true. Very, very true. Very good movie.
Oh, I'm gonna get you, sucker. Yeah, I'm gonna get you, sucker. All right, so now we put a little handling around this, and we can show you how this will work really quick. So as long as the status code is 200, it's gonna go ahead and it's gonna do that, or else it's gonna say our request failed and it's gonna quit. So let's go ahead and check. Oh, that's what I wrong. Status
page.
Why did I type that? Yo, your boy is brain. My brain is like, man. Leave me alone, everyone. Just relax.
There we go. Boom.
Freaking COVID.
I love it. Oh God.
All right, so we got our response, but let's change this to something that doesn't exist. Quote oats. This is not a website. So let's see what happens if we try to hit a site that does not exist. Ooh. Oh, actually, you do have to. I forgot. I think you do have to try accept.
Oh, it's just a null exception, or it's an empty object or whatever.
I mean, it's failing out in the request rather. Like we need to handle the request.
Let me see the code again.
Like it's part of the.
Oh, it's failing in the actual request.
Inside of the actual request.
That makes sense.
So, now we will try. We're gonna add a try. No, I'm joking. We're not. It's just not that serious. But I like that. We can check and see if the status code is 200 or not. Actually, I'm actually surprised it gives back. That's what it gives back, and not. What did it give back? Actually,
it just failed.
During handling above exception occurred. Connection aborted.
Oh, they just shut down the connection if you put in a nonsense website.
I wonder if that's the website.
That makes sense because they gotta close the resources they're using.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on. Let's make this just.
Yeah, memory.
Let's do something better. Quotes to scrape /test. Check that out. Is it gonna do the same thing? That's not gonna do the same thing. Oh wait. But that's because. But you can. Oh, that did work. I didn't tell it to do anything.
Oh.
I did. It just quit. So yes. So that makes sense. That was actually a response from the server action.
There we go.
This is actually action from the server, how the server was handling a completely different thing to stop us from DDoSing and just trying to do random stuff. No, we have not covered loggers yet. That is, we can do. We will.
Whole topic right
well,
there.
It is a whole topic, and we're gonna do that because I think for what we can kind of mess around with here, we should be able to do that. First off, Dyson, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Thank you for sticking around with us for 3 months. You know, sometimes I know we're irky. Sometimes we get on people's nerves, but thank you for putting up with our stuff. Hopefully, up here. Hopefully, you're having fun with us, getting some stuff out of us. Like I said, I'm learning a lot from you guys, so keep on teaching me stuff, so I can keep on teaching it to other people. Like I knew it first. But I have not covered loggers. We can definitely cover loggers. I was actually on someone's stream. I think I was on Vape Juice Jordan's stream, and I think he was setting up. I think he was setting up a logger. Somebody was, and they used my terminology for the given log levels. Like,
nice.
Yeah, I mean,
what was the terminology?
Basically, Warren was like, "Bruh." And then, critical was like, "Bruh." What's up, somebody else? What's up, Remain Zero? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. It was fun. Oh yeah, we're getting up there. We are getting up there. Everyone's home. Everyone's home.
Home.
We are definitely getting up there. Persistent as coronavirus. You get an HTTP exception if the site doesn't exist. I ended up there. Yeah. So okay. Bug4j syntax, which is awesome. It is awesome. We're gonna incorporate that for sure. I like that. But cool. So now we've gone ahead and we've made a request. We did a little bit of handling. It's interesting. This is not good handling because there are requests that come through that do not indicate a failed response. But it doesn't matter. For now, we're looking for 200. We'll go with that. So let's check what the tutorial goes to next. We use Beautifulsoup to get the HTML. But now let's go ahead and let's parse some of the HTML. So, oh, prettify, I forgot. We can prettify this. So, as you can see, what's printed out to the screen is kind of ugly. And HTML can be structured in a lot of different weird ways that can make it hard to be human readable. We're gonna go ahead and we are going to run prettify on it. It comes with Beautifulsoup, and we're gonna make it look really good. Let's see. Go ahead and the thing that we call soup on. So they use soup in the example here. Again, they called the instance of this class. They instantiated this class. They called it soup. We instantiated this class. We called it mastermind soup, and we're gonna call prettify on that. So they call everyone an intern. They call me an intern. He's an intern, and now I'm his intern. Apparently, I don't know. We're gonna call this prettify method on here. Oh, that makes sense. Let's see. Nope, I don't know that. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I do. But yes, it did not work. Obviously, it didn't work because we tried to go somewhere that does not exist. We fix it up, and after we fix it up, we make that request. And isn't that more beautiful than it was before? I think so.
It absolutely is.
I think it's more beautiful. It's not all in one line. Our eyes can read it better. So maybe to you, this doesn't look better. Maybe your eyes can't catch the indentations. But once you get comfortable looking at HTML, this will start to be a little bit clearer to you, and you can start to see the structure a little bit better. You can see what things are nested, because that stuff does matter. You can see what's nested in here. Yeah, and you can pull out that information. So we're gonna compare, in a little bit, we're gonna compare this HTML to the site itself, just so you can see kind of what that looks like. But you can see it looks a little bit good. Now, we don't need to do all the nested tags, but the nesting does matter. I said it does matter. Tags that are nested under other tags have a parent-child relationship. So the higher level tag is the parent, so this div is the parent, so these things under it, so this a tag is a child of this div here. So you can do cool things like get this. You can get the children. So children will just return a list of the children here. And there's a bunch of other stuff that you can do. You can iterate over those things, so it looks like they're gonna just loop through those. I don't know what they're doing with them.
It can be extremely useful though. I can see cases.
It could be useful. Yeah. It's not useful for us right now. No. We're not about to do that. What's up, Killer Clyde? I like that. Ooh. Killer Clyde, welcome. Thank you for the follow. All right. HTML tag and its children by taking the third. All right, we're not gonna do all that. This guy. He's trying to really teach you Beautifulsoup. I'm not trying to teach you Beautifulsoup. I'm trying to teach you information about gathering data from the web, and I want us to do some fun stuff with it. So, here we want to go. Here's where we wanted to be. Finding all instances of a tag at once. So we can use these tags to discover the information that we want on the page. So let's take a look back at the site that we're actually looking at. We're taking a look at this quotes to scrape site. See, now I understand why people use, it's common people use Craigslist for this at first, because Craigslist is a simple site that doesn't have crazy amount of HTML, but there's a lot of data to pull from there, and maybe we can try something with that after this. But there's a bunch of stuff here, and if you want to see what those things look like, if you want to know what you're trying to look for, you can right click something and you can start to highlight, and you can see, all right, I want the quote itself, right? So maybe I want to get the spans here that have this information. So this is a span, and inside the span is where our information, our text is. You know, as I go down, look on the left and see how it starts to highlight the different pieces of the page. These tools are really great for helping you identify what you want to grab. So let's see if we can get all the spans here. So let's take a look back at the example, and we want to find all instances of a tag at once. So they have the same thing. They instantiated the class. They did a soup find all p. So find all p will be attempting to find all of the paragraph tags. So let's go ahead and see if we can find all the spans. Note that find all returns a list. We know what lists are, so we'll have to loop through our list index to extract the text. Cool. Oh, okay, cool. So let's do that first. Let's go ahead first and let's open that up. Let's do.
So I like the chat.
Oh yeah. I need to change the colors of it. I had it being like some different colors before, but then I suck at CSS and I broke it. So, all right. So this just did soup.findAll. So let's go ahead and cool. You too, man.
Hey, man, be safe.
Do I have to set that equal to something? What are they doing? All right. So we'll set up all spans equals how did I do this? Equals mastermind soup dot find. This is an auto complete for me.
I felt kind of bad, dude. He was just in here when I was trying to pay attention to the stream, and it wasn't. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
Oh man, I was feeling bad.
Find all span tags. All right, so we're gonna set that equal to all spans, and then we're gonna print out all spans. So all spans should be a list, and I think it should be all the spans, right? That feels
Sure.
right. Yeah, sure. So we're gonna find all the span tags on this page. There are probably a lot of them. Because we found one span, we go down a little bit. Oh, we have another span right here. Oh, it's gonna be nasty, but it's okay. It's okay. We're gonna find all the spans. So in each of these divs, we're gonna find them, and let's see what's in here.
Did it print all the spans? Oh, it did.
Ooh, it did. It printed out all the spans. Doesn't seem like all the spans, but let's do this. Let's see how many spans there are. Let's print out length of the spans.
Is it like going into nested spans too? Like
I believe it should be.
Like nested tags? Okay.
So 32 of them. We can see. Let's do the math ourselves. We can see that in one div here, there are there are two spans. There are two spans in each div. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, but there's probably some other stuff here. So if there are 10 here, there should be at least 20. I'll put some other things on the page. Let's see where those are also coming from. So tag. Oh, okay. That's tag. This is giving us everything that's in the span. Where's the span start? Class tag, ref, tag humor. So it is getting us what we want here. It's giving us some stuff, but that's just using the find all tag. So that was to find everything on the page. We can switch that up, and we can find like all the divs. So maybe we want to find all the divs. Maybe that'll give us even more information. I'm gonna change the name, all spans, to all divs, because I want to be confusing to people in case I change this later. And I should have defined and replace right there, but your boy's lazy. And we'll search for divs instead. Let's see what we get this time. We all get 28. So again, we're just using that to find the different, however many of these there are, and we can use those. We can iterate through these things to print them out. We can. We want some colors in here, so maybe we'll do this instead. Instead of printing out the whole list, now we'll just print out. We want more colors and four. Oh no, we already have red. Whatever. for div and all divs. print div. And we get a listing of the divs. Oh, maybe we can do...
What are you thinking?
I can only do it on the instance. I was going to prettify it.
So is this is a list you're getting back, right?
You're getting back a list.
Okay.
And I'm just going to print everything in the list. Same thing here. We get all the divs.
A list of what type of objects?
Oh, good question.
Is it string or is it actual? Because it looks like it takes...
We're going to print out the type a lot of times.
Yeah.
Just for fun. That's a good question. I don't know what it is. It's an object.
So then you could print, actually, you could do a...
Oh, then I could do...
Yeah.
I could do the prettify, couldn't I?
Boom.
That seems weird.
It makes sense. I think Beautifulsoup is destroying everything in a DOM model. I think.
I don't know what that means. Oh, there's hearts. Damn.
Where do hearts come from?
Probably the bottom of the page. Probably like, this site was made with love. See? Called it. Called it that. So that right there, me being able to call that heart down there, being a site made with love, is
That's pretty major.
That's
your
pure
talent, bro.
It's my immense
real skill.
experience.
You called 21
This
night?
is why people care about experience, because you can identify the reason a heart is on the page. The only reason a heart is on the page. Sorry, no. We're joking. We're joking. Okay. Beautify them. I did beautify them. Sorry, now I'm joking. If you get sanitizer off our Craigslist, you're finna get COVID. I agree with that. And so it's really funny because right now, I felt bad. The guy is already getting in trouble for price gouging, but I've already been a huge Craigslist buyer, like buyer and seller. I've purchased and sold a ton of things on Craigslist actually. And I feel like right now is the perfect opportunity to find people who are...
An online game gonna make a killing.
Well, people are going to be selling stuff because they need to sell stuff, and that makes it the perfect opportunity to buy it at a great price. But like, people need, like, it's because they're in need. It makes me feel bad. And in my early 20s, I would have
different.
I probably, I've grown. Man, yeah.
Growth is a good thing.
Like, thinking back on some of those times, like there was a dude who was selling his like MacBook Pro, like he had just gotten it for like school, and he listed it like I didn't lowball him, like he listed it for some real cheap price because he needed to sell it today to like stay in school. And like I got there and I was like, he like explained the story to me, and like he showed me the receipt and everything. I was like, dude, like you can get, like, if you wait, you can get more than this. Like I don't have more than this.
I want to know how much you paid for it.
It was like a brand new 13-inch MacBook Pro. I think it cost like, I want to say it only cost like $1,300 new.
Okay.
And I think I got it from him. Like, it was like 2 months old, fresh, unscratched.
Much?
I got it for like $650.
Okay, that's not crazy.
That's crazy. MacBooks hold their value.
That's
like,
not crazy.
All right, it's crazy.
He really needed the money. I thought you were gonna say like 200. Like, dude, come on.
No. But I don't know. I actually feel bad about that. Not just talk about that. I feel really bad about that now. He was probably 18 or 19. 18 or 19. And I was like, I was like still in school for it. I was like 22. I was like 21, 21, 22.
You paid half price.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't know. That felt wrong. Like MacBooks were going for like, used MacBooks that were like a month or two old were going for literally like 150. Yeah. And so it just, he needed to go. So they sell MacBook at half his value. Yeah, I mean, he did. I hope he made it through school. I hope he's watching. I'm sorry about that MacBook, man. I made a profit off it. Gotta be honest with you. No. I'm pretty sure I sold it for like 8 something.
Oh man.
Hey, $200 for me back then. That was my rent.
I guarantee you, when he saw that $650, he needed it. Like,
he did need it. He posted it exactly for $650. I met him I went to UMBC. I met him at UMBC. Wow. And he was like, I'm about to go to the bursar's office right now. I was like, I feel you, man.
That's crazy.
Life's hard. But also, probably a life lesson for him. He probably shouldn't have bought that MacBook. Like,
that's crazy.
Like, they were much cheaper. It could have been drugs. He seemed like a, I don't know. I don't.
Now he's on drugs? What's happening?
No,
here?
he said, drugs. What? All right, cool. So we used the find all. Back to what we were doing. We used the find all to find all of the tags that were here. Great. That's great. We could use that. There's a number of times why that might be super handy. Probably not super handy for us right now. Because it is a list, you can use the index to identify which one you want to grab, and to grab the individual information from it. This get text function, though, is what we're going to be needing So this is, instead of printing out all of the stuff, it's going to get the text from these divs or from these spans. We might have to pull it from the spans. But get text will get rid of all of the HTML syntax and things that we just don't care about. We care about the text inside of the stuff. And so we actually need div dot get text. And so there's another method we're going to run on top of that. And maybe I should have actually done it down here because I prettified it, but maybe I don't need to prettify it if get in the text. Let's see. You're probably treating a list of elements like a single element. Did you call find all when you meant to call find? Okay, that makes sense. I did find all and I tried to do get text or find all. So they told me exactly what was wrong, which makes perfect sense. So I probably do want to, in fact, run get text down here. And it went ahead, and you can see it removed all the extra stuff for the most part, and just got the text inside. So that's going to be great for the quotes that we care about. For the quotes, and let's see if we can actually pull out those quotes now that we have, a little more things at our disposal. What else did they go through? Searching for tag by class and ID. That's fine. We can do that in a second. Yeah, maybe let's actually look at our data. Let's look at the data we're trying to get and see if there's we're going to check the HTML and we're going to see if there's an easy way for us to identify what it is that we're trying to get out of here. So, let's see. We are looking for, and if you want to click one, inspect it, we get a div. And we're looking of div, the class is a quote. So,
that makes it even easier.
It sounds like it to me. That's automatically telling me that all of the divs that have quotes in them probably have a class of quote. Probably.
Let's double check.
So I can click one down further down and click inspect. And when I look at it, it has a div of class quote. So let's see if we can find another div on the page. Maybe, is this a div too? There's a div for the footer, or in the footer, but it does not have a class quote, it has a class of container. So we can do some querying. We can specify exactly what we want to see, and we get that information back. So let's go ahead and let's do that.
Nice.
So that's great. Div class quote is what we want. Let's see if they tell us how to do that, even though I think I know how to do it, maybe. Do find all.
I don't know what's faster.
What do you mean?
Making the query and the request, or actually getting all that data and just doing your own kind of filtering?
What do you mean?
So for the quote, I want to see how you do it for the quote, but you're saying you can actually specify something in the call to only pull back the quote.
Not in the call.
Oh, no, you can't do it in the call?
I don't know if I can do it in the call. I'm not doing it in the call. Beautifulsoup only takes it after so Beautifulsoup is just the parser.
So I can't say, give me all the div classes where it equals quote. Like, give me all the divs where class equals quote. I can't do that.
That's what we're doing, but we're doing it. Yes, but we're not doing it in the. So when you say,
can I actually make the call to Beautifulsoup to do the querying for me?
When you say call, I assume you're meaning make the call to the web page. Whoops. To get the data. So we made the call to get the HTML. We can't parse it in the HTML, so we got it. So we got it. So we're gonna make it.
Oh, go back to the code.
Yeah,
I think I am confusing the.
So make the request up here with the request package.
I'm talking about line 13. When I say call.
That is where.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So we're gonna look for all the divs, and we're gonna look for the ones where class. I think you have to do class underscore. But we're gonna do class is equal to. Let's do class. I'm gonna see the difference. Where class is equal to, was it capital quote, or I don't think it can be. Where class is equal to quote. So I think it's something like this. This feels right. I think you do need an underscore afterwards, and I think I never knew why. And I think even in this example, he tells it.
Yeah, I was getting that
underscore outer. I don't know why, so I'm not gonna act like I know why. No reason to lie to you, but I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put. First of all, I'm gonna single quote this because I do prefer single quotes when working with. I prefer single quotes when working with HTML. I don't know why. I always have. So I will put this here. So what this will do is this right here should actually only find those divs that match that have a class of the quote. So that class is some metadata that's used to identify things. So what we're doing right now is we're actually doing something called CSS Selection. We are creating a CSS selector, or not CSS selector. We're doing an HTML selector, but this is a common paradigm with CSS selectors. You'll see this a lot when you are writing CSS. You'll use these things to identify what things in the code you want to apply certain styling to, and those are called CSS selectors. This obviously wouldn't be a CSS selector because we are not writing any CSS. But I'm specifying class. The class, it has to be a div with class quote, and it will find those things. So let's take a look at what we get. Okay, this looks a little better. We're getting this tags thing, but we'll find out what that is. Yeah. We'll find out what that is. But it looks like we're just getting some quotes here. We're getting a lot of extra white space, but that is fine. That's fine for now. Okay, great. But we just want this. We just want this stuff. Did we run a get text on this?
Yeah.
We did run a get text. So cool. We did run a get text. We printed it with get text. So cool. We got all our divs that are our quotes. Let's see why it's pulling those tags. Where div
sentence is that in a
because this div is inside.
That's why
it's inside of the
div.
It's inside of the one that has class quote. Interesting.
Crafty here.
Do I want to get crafty? I don't know. Why? I don't want that. Okay. Let's see what we can do about that. Let's see how we can. I've actually been ignoring you guys in the chat, so let me find out. I said it prettify. Yes, you did. We made it pretty.
We're just talking about you and your laptop.
Oh yeah, yep.
Let me try spam with
what's up, controlled? Oh, that was controlled. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. We get an error, class reserve, request pulls the page, Beautifulsoup. Oh, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe try spam with class text. Yeah, that may work. Let's see what it's set up as. Span. Yeah, span class text. Yes, that'll do it. That will do it. So instead of using the greater div, because we're getting other information with that, we can try more specifically the span of class text. Now I don't know about the other spans here. You can also probably link those things together, where it'll first find the divs and then it'll find the spans. So if this doesn't work, we can link them together. But I think that will work actually. So thank you. Look for the span with class text. All right. Find all spans of class text. Run it. Oh,
yes.
It's so much cleaner. Yes. It is so much cleaner.
I love it.
And now check this out. We have a suite. The words that we created is a process thing. Okay, this is excellent. This is phenomenal. All great and all good. So we were able to scrape these quotes off of this page. What are we gonna do with the quotes? Let's do something with these quotes real quick. Like I said, I was gonna make them like the message of the day for
your terminal,
for my terminal, but like that's like more of a Linux thing. Well, we're all cross-functional here.
Let me think.
I'll do that first while you're thinking of some cool stuff to do with it.
Let's see.
We are pro web scraper, so you can see how easy it actually is. Pretty easy to do that. Again, there's a couple concepts you do need to be aware of that we've gone over so far. You need to know a little bit about web requests and the different request methods that you can do. Need to know a little bit about status codes. This is not a necessary line right here, but we just wanted to handle to make sure we got a 200 error back. And then you do need to know some stuff about HTML so you can figure out what information you need. It can get complicated. You may have to find like a very specific thing. So you may have to do a find on a find. And so I could do like if there was something inside of the span.txt, I could do like another like dot find. And maybe there will be a div in there with a class. You can chain them together like this of class turtle. And like, if it had information in there that I needed, I may have to do something like this to get the information that I need. So there's some playing around with this, do some cool stuff. And again, we're not done. We're gonna do some more stuff. We just kind of, because we've got our first successful like bit of information back, just wanted to kind of call that out. And again, this is just a list right here.
I kind of like the Ego's idea of just having, just make a command that gives you a quote randomly. We just make a little Python program.
Cool. Let's have it actually make a request. Okay, hold on. Let's extend this just a little bit.
Wheels are turning.
What's up, I'm Chaos to MVP. I'm gonna go with just Chaos because you got the big S there. Chaos to MVP. Welcome. Good to have you. Thank you for the follow. I wonder if I can see.
That makes sense.
I wonder if I can see what how many pages are on here. There's nothing on here that shows me. Is there anything in the HTML that tells me how many pages? There are not. Damn, I really want to know.
What?
I really want to. I wish I want to be able to cycle through like a bunch. But yeah, first let's make it give us a random quote back. Great.
I don't know what this man's thinking.
Me? What I'm thinking?
Yeah.
I'm not thinking anything.
Sort through a bunch of.
No, I just wanted to be able to get more. I wanted to be able to fill in. There are more pages of quotes.
Oh, okay.
So like I wanted to know there is a number in the URL, so we could just let's make it fun. Let's make it extra fun. Let's not make it fun. let's do it. That was bad. No, that's an easy thing. That's an easy thing to do. Let's do the random stuff first. So let's make it just a quick function to give us a random quote, and maybe we'll just use that. We'll use this to actually make a messages of the day, just for fun. Random quote. We call it. We can put the whole thing in here, but I figure it's going to take in all divs, or it's going to take in a list. Of quotes. So taking a list of quotes, all divs is a list. In fact, and I'll make this a function in a little bit as well too. Okay. What's the best? What are we gonna do? This is actually pretty good. What are we gonna do to be able to generate a random quote? So we know that we get 10 quotes.
Yeah.
We get 10 quotes from here. What is your idea?
Static.
Right now, that number is static.
Okay.
For now, that number is static.
You can use a random number generator.
Okay.
Find a number between.
Use a random number generator
10,
between 1 and 10.
Index into that.
And index into that. I like that. Are we finding a number between 1 and 10?
Then how?
I said, are we looking for a number between 1 and 10?
0 and 9.
Yeah, we are looking for 10, but Python is 0 indexed. So we're looking through 0 through 9. So we can use, we've done it before, we can use the random package. I don't know, I think we used math, the math package.
I think it was random.
Math.
Shuffle.
That was for shuffling. I think math.random Python. You know what? I'm going for it. I'm not even going to look it up. I'm not even going to look it up.
Risky.
I'm so confident in everything that I do. No, I'm joking. Import math? That feels right. And then before I have a function here, actually, let's do this. Let's pass it. Let's pass this. Wow, that was not good. What just happened? I don't know what's going on.
What is happening?
Doesn't matter.
It just deleted it.
It just felt like it didn't need to be a thing. Pass. We don't need that. And then let's print math.random.
Oh, you're supposed to say the imports.
0 to 9. That feels right.
Ooh.
Oh,
taking chances. Close the.
First off, this is dumb. Why did I even put this here when I could just go into? This is what I should have done it, and I should import math. I dropped myself into the interpreter. Import math. Print math.random. I'm pretty sure it's 0 to 9.
I think that's right.
Oh, wait.
Close parentheses.
Close.
Attribute random.
Oh, really?
Failure.
Damn, I was so sure. I was so sure.
Oh, man. The agony.
That's fine. But like, what is like?
There's a rand. Okay.
Oh, randint, random, not randint.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Bitwise. Thank you, Bitwise.
I was trying to be loud and right, but I was loud and wrong. That hurt. I did know that. Random.randint. Is the thing is capital like this? I think.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
Oh.
Poo poo. I really thought I had it.
That's the best of it.
Thought I had it.
Happens.
I could have saved us so much time. It's all good.
Boom.
All right. Delete that wrong stuff. Import the random package. So you were right. I'm sorry for telling you were not right.
It hurts. It hurts.
I apologize. That's okay. I'm joking. All right. Let's quote. So we're gonna generate a random number. So we're gonna do random. Let's say we're gonna make this again extra verbose.
Let's go.
No, we don't need to. Yes, we do.
And let's
random
cast some stuff unnecessarily.
Number. We're gonna cast it to a string.
Gotta cast some stuff.
Equals string. What equals int string int. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Everyone, I'm joking.
Oh,
all right,
man.
random dot rand int 0 to 9. Is it inclusive of 9 or exclusive of 9? I have no idea actually. You know the best way to do this is to save this.
Try it a bunch of times.
Go back in here and just do it until it gives me
until you get a 9.
This is not I'm lying about this being the best way. But I feel like if I never get a 9, I got a 9.
There it is.
That's all I want to know is if I got a 9. That wasn't the best way. I could have just looked up to see if it was inclusive or not of that last number.
Done.
What playlist?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm cool with this. It just seems different than what
Vibe is different now.
the vibe's different. But I like it though. Oh yeah, okay. This is the last song on that playlist.
Oh,
even though it's shuffling, so it's not really the last song.
Gotcha.
Okay, we're in. This is the Twitch and Chill playlist that I grabbed.
This words. It's over, folks. It's about to go bye-bye.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
It's words.
Why'd you tell me?
It's words.
This might not be that bad because I can't understand the words.
Okay.
It's
Is this
fine.
bothering you? Is this
No, it's not.
Okay.
It's not bothering me. Now it is because you said something.
Come on, dude.
All right. So we're gonna generate a random number. We don't need to do. We could have just did. We don't need this line. I just wanted you to show you what we're doing.
It, yeah.
And now all we're gonna do is. Whoa. This is not a properly indented. And then we're just going to return our list of quotes and the index of random number. So we don't need to actually do these in two separate lines. We could actually make this what's in here random.randint 0 to 9, and that in fact should work. We could return that. But yeah, we can return that, and then down here we can go print random quote, which must take all divs. And again, this is not the best way. We're gonna restructure this, but it's gonna take in all divs because we grabbed the divs up here, and we're gonna print that out. So that's bothering me now, but I'm gonna let it finish. It's bothered me.
Hey, ain't it?
I like the song actually. I think I can't tell.
You know what it's saying.
So for I'm sure you got something old. Okay, so why? Let's think about this. It gave us back. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
It's like a T.
It was.
Okay.
He was saying a lot of stuff. it gave us back HTML along with the stuff that we want. Why did it give us HTML back when we were not getting HTML before?
Let's go back.
Let's take a look-see. I don't see why. Take a look and see why. I'll tell you why. But
hold on, I want to see. Let me think. Before, when we printed all divs, it was nothing, right? Oh, we was doing get text.
Right.
That's
we were doing
why.
get text
Yeah.
before. So now we can do that again.
Yes, you are right. Control.
Okay, I have a secret list of quotes which I will not repeat, but I'm saving because I like them. That is a that your woman to see how strong she is. That's very funny to me.
I am not saying anything.
I'm not saying it.
I'm not.
But that is a.
I don't condone such behavior. That is ridiculous.
I'm remaining neutral to all things.
I am neutral to
I'm neutral to everything, but I'm writing that down.
I'm getting out of here.
I'll write that down. So where are we gonna put that at? We can put that in a number of places. Where do we want to put it?
Let's see. Oh, so now we're printing out the random quote, right?
Huh?
We're printing out the random quote. Right? Oh, you're saying where to put the get text?
Yep.
Oh,
So what place we can put it?
Hold on. Let me think.
And maybe we'll talk. Maybe actually, after we pick something,
Oh,
maybe we should talk through the reasons. What would happen if we put it in different places?
put it right there at the end of 18.
At the end of 18?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So if we put it here,
That's what I'm thinking.
I think this is a good place any. So if we put the get text here, again, that get text method will basically give us the text inside of those tags. It'll strip away all the HTML tags, which is what we want. Make it clean, give us some nice output. We can put that in a couple of different places. So up here, we tried to put it up here before when we're actually finding all of the divs. We tried to strip it away there. It gave us some nice output, which is good. I actually appreciate the package for letting us know that. It said, hey, you are trying to operate on this like it's an individual item in the list, but this is not. This is the entire list. You can't just run a get text on everything that's in there. So if we're gonna do that, we would have to do some type of run a loop or do some type of list comprehension or something to make that happen. I think we could easily do that. So we could add it up here, but we have to do some extra work. Right here, we can add it during the return. So list of quotes, random int would in fact select one thing from this list, which we can apply this get text to. So we absolutely can apply it here. And then I actually think you would also be able to apply it to the random quote if you wanted to as well. But I think this is the best place for it.
That's
It was perfect.
For it. The way the code is set up, I think.
I think it can go here. I'm pretty sure it can go here.
We can go there too.
I think I put it here, but like that's not the best. Like you wouldn't want the code then wouldn't do what we wanted to do. We would be making it happen in the print statement. Why? Oh my gosh. Muscle memory.
Muscle memory. There we go.
That's
not random.
Okay.
Do it
Now
again.
I understand why the teabag quote exists. A woman is like a teabag. You never know how strong it is.
That is ridiculous.
And he says, "Teabag your woman."
In this chat.
I
do
mean,
not condone this. That is a very strong quote.
A day without sunshine is like, night. These are good. These are good. If we do it a couple times, we can see that we are getting back different things. What if we wanted to make this even more random? I want to make this even more random. How can we extend this to be everything? So this does in fact
even more random.
So this has pages.
What do you mean pages?
It has pages.
Oh, it has pages.
It has pages. So here's what we're gonna do.
I see.
Let's make this even better. Let's make our code even better. Let's make it not only. Let's make it so that we have no idea which page it's gonna pull from either. So here's what we can do to do this. Let's make it. Let's split this up into some functions here. So def make random page request.
Good as any other name.
Yeah. And actually, instead of having a random quote thing, we're gonna have a random function to just give us a random number because I
like that.
So def random num. It's not gonna take anything.
Oh, how do you know what page it goes up to though?
We don't know what page it. You're right.
Wah, wah.
Wah, wah. Wait, do we know it at least goes?
Let's see.
At least we know it goes to 20. No, does it go to 10? So this is the part where you would have to manually test yourself. It goes to 10. Does it go to 15? Okay, so then you cut it in the middle now. I can't go to 12 and a half.
What's that sort?
So I
that
go to
does
13.
This? Is that Beautifulsoup? No. It's a sort that does this halving and cutting.
Yeah, halving and cutting. So 12. There are 11 pages, or there are 10 pages.
Binary sort.
Binary sort is exactly.
You guys are so smart. Y'all not really
There are 10
smart.
pages. Excellent. So we just go to 10. This is great. There are 10
perfect.
pages of 10 items. There are only 100 on here at a time. So we can, in fact, use this. So here's what we do. To give us a random number, we're going to return random. Random.randint.
Nice. It's gonna be the exact same code.
Huh?
0 to 9. No, it's gonna be 1.
All right. So this is going to give us a random number. This up here is going to give us a random number. Okay.
Okay.
Nice. So now we're gonna make a page request now, and so maybe we can make it so that you're passing in the URL, but we're using this. So let's actually set this to be a variable or constant to make our code just make a little more sense. You feel me? No? Okay. You don't gotta feel me.
I'm trying to see what you're doing. Oh, you want to make it a string variable? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Let's make it.
I got you.
Does Python have constants? I don't know. I have no idea, actually.
That's how it would look.
It should. It should. Python has constants, right?
Yes.
Huh? it didn't change colors, and when it doesn't change colors, I'm really not sure of myself. Globals.
All caps const. According to Vieira.
All caps const. I thought that's a troll. But maybe it's not.
Maybe, I don't know.
Like.
No, all caps shouldn't matter.
Like all caps const and then the name of the const.
Nah.
That feels wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, or are you saying not all caps const in the name, but like all caps like that would make sense. So if I was like
in the actual naming of
URL, that feels weird though.
No, because Java we used to do something like that too. We used to have what was it? Constant static final or whatever.
Right.
And you're supposed to like name the variable all caps.
Doesn't need to be a constant, but whatever. So now we're gonna make a request to the URL instead. They use yes, we use Pop OS, not Ubuntu, even though it's based off of Ubuntu, so it's basically Ubuntu. Okay, so we're gonna have a URL that we're gonna scrape. We have the ability to make a random number. We're gonna make a random page request. So we know this thing has 10 pages, so we'll also make a random page request, but it's gotta be URL / oh, never mind. This is gonna need to be interpolated somehow. So maybe we should leave it how it was. Or it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's completely, don't sweat it. I don't know if this is gonna work, but it feels like it is.
Why can't you just pass a string in there?
Huh?
Why can't you just pass that string in there?
So we're gonna be going to a random page.
Yeah.
So we have to, the URL is actually this. It's actually page and then the number.
Oh, you want to format that string.
I need to format that string.
Gotcha.
Slash.
Is that gonna work though? Because randint, you didn't pass in a number, so it doesn't know to go from 0 to 10 or 1 to 10.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Actually, I think it's different because now we want it to go to 10.
Huh?
We want it to actually go to 10 this time.
That's true.
It starts at 1 and goes to 10.
So let's check this out. So basically what we're having to do here is we're basically saying the page numbers are actually go from 1 to 10, but the index options go from 0 to 9. So for the page number, we actually want 1 through 10, and for the other ones, we want 0 through 9. We have we have a couple different options here. One, in either one of the functions, we can add 1 or subtract 1 inside of each one, or we can make a ternary statement to determine whether or not this is. We can pass in. We can make the randint request with and pass in the numbers.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, cool.
Isn't that like I was thinking about the easiest way, just pass in the actual number.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't mean like that. I meant actually in the randint function itself. Like you have 0 and 9, just put in.
So you're saying not use the random function, call random in each of those individual ones?
No, I'm saying call random like you had it, but literally change that to 1 and 10.
But then we're using this again to generate a random number for the quote.
Oh, you want to
itself.
just have one function.
One random function.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Pass it in.
So pass in a low number and a high number. And we'll take in the low. It feels weird. I don't like it.
Feel weird.
I don't like
I don't
it.
like that. What was the other option?
The other option is to tell it to pass in like page or quote, and then just maybe we shouldn't have a random function. We shouldn't have a random function. It's too gross. It's easier to just.
That was very gross.
It's gross.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
All right, so here now we can do URL / page /
Oh, thank you, Mr. Demon Wolf. He rated us with a party of 2.
Yo, welcome back. First off, you were gone. Now you're there.
Came back.
But yeah. What if instead we get 10 pages and create a list of 100 quotes? We can do that too. We can definitely do that too. We can create the list of 100 quotes as well. Maybe we'll have a different function to do that. Maybe we'll have one to give us a random quote. We'll have a function to give us all of the quotes as well. No problem. %20, %10. I don't know what that means. Deflare.
I think there's something about Is that modulo 10, modulo 20? It's so much easier
to do.
That's all I'm thinking.
I don't mod.
Is that modulo 20 deflare or?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, modulo. So much easier to do what? Like we're trying to pick a random page on the site and pick a random quote from that page on the site. Random and mod tenant, but all that. What will that do? Random inting and then mod tenting it will only tell us. What will that tell us? I want to know. I'm really trying to find out. It'll give us 0. Yeah. It will. This Vim color scheme is. I don't actually know. My VimRC is actually in the. If you do exclamation point VimRC, it is 1 dark.
1 dark.
1 dark. But you can do Vim settings. Exclamation point Vim settings it'll give you. If the random is double digits, you'll get back the digit in the ones column. But then that'll remove.
So are they saying like 45 modulo 10 and then you have
the
remainder of that?
My VimRC is in fact here. There you go. There it goes. Yeah, no, it's there. It's right there.
People like your setup, bro. They like your setup.
Let's see. Okay, let's just do this now, so we can see what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's what he was saying. You can like 45 mod 10. You have 5. So he was just saying random int. Either way works though. I get it.
Oh, okay. Like to create the. I'm still confused.
Yeah, he was saying like if you just call random int without passing in parameters, then you just modulo 10 it, and then it's only going to give you back a single digit. So if it's 46 modulo 10, we'll just get back 6, which gives us our single digit from 1 through 10 or whatever.
But
assuming it goes from 0 to 100
but
for the random int function.
Well, that doesn't help us because okay, I got it.
Yeah,
I understand now. So you're saying instead of generating, what I'm getting out of this is to make 10 page requests, generate a.
You can't get 10 now. Control 10.
That's what I'm saying. You can't get 10. That's why I was confusing. You can't get 10, and like you can never hit the 10th page. That's what my confusion
that makes
was.
Sense.
But maybe we could.
That makes sense.
But maybe we could. I mean, it would be slower. But maybe we could make a request to all 10 pages. We can loop through, make a request to all 10 pages.
That's trash.
Garbage.
That's absolute trash.
It's okay. It's easy. So here we go. Page request. Here we go. Here's what we're gonna do right now. Random page.
Random.random.
Yeah. Rand num equals random.rand int. This needs to be 1 through 10. And we need to go ahead and call. I hope this works.
I think that's gonna work good.
All right. So what did I just do here? I built a string, which is basically this URL, which is the quote / page. And then it's also going to format in the number here. And actually this F goes on the outside, doesn't it? Not on the inside. I think. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. And then quote it. All right, what's up, Clavesy? Welcome to the channel. Thank you for the follow. Why not have two different randoms, one for page and another for quote? So we talked about that. You don't need two. So that's what we're gonna do. Like that's what this essentially is. You don't really need two different functions. I don't think you need two different functions because they're not reusable. Neither function's reusable in that case. So if we're gonna separate them, which we're doing now, I think it's a better paradigm to put them each in their own respective functions, or put in handlers in a single random function to be able to handle whether or not it's one or the other. Again, all
that function was going to do was return the
result
from another function.
It just like creating a function out of that would just seem weird. It's a one-time thing.
We're not doing anything extra in there.
What are we doing? We are simply just doing some web scraping and having some fun. Now we're web scraping from a quotes website. We're gonna grab a random quote from a random page. There are 10 pages of quotes with 10 quotes on each page. We're gonna pick a random quote out of those 100, and we are going to, right now, we're just gonna give it back. And then maybe we'll do something with it, like, again, make it our terminals, like daily message of the day when you log in or something. I don't know, we're just having fun. We're on the hard way. This is not the hard way. Trying to choose a function, choose a random page, and then a random quote off the. No, this is like I actually cannot think of a better way to a faster way to choose a random number. Because I mean, the only other way to do it is to grab them all, right? Am I tripping? Maybe I'm not tripping.
No.
Otherwise, you lose to the constant div quote. Yeah. This feels right. Otherwise, you loop while contents of div quote span text one or greater. Add one elements to list.
What? Ego had it.
I don't get it. Generate the random page.
I love that name too, by the way. The Ego.
It's Te-Ego.
Te-Ego. It's a very good name.
Why not have two different randoms or page other? I still don't think that just still feels weird. Like that's what we're doing. Are you saying to make them a function? I'm really confused. Because it would seem weird to have like if we're only gonna use it, we're only use this like a single use. It's not reusable. Like I guess none of these are. I guess these also aren't reusable. But yeah, it'll be useless. So if I add quotes, they never get added if they are on the 11th page. There is no 11th page. But if I add quotes, I don't know what that means. But yeah, cool. I'm gonna keep going, and maybe we'll switch it around because I'm just confusing myself. So let's see if this gives us a random page. Let's print out this random num first. Now we know this works. So it gives us a random page request and making sure it gets a valid page response. So we could also test this and make it a page that's not. Check this out. Maybe, let's leave it there.
Oh, we should tab all that other stuff over. Underneath that function.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Wait, we learned how to do this?
Oh,
didn't we?
Did we?
We learned how to do it. And I think I was doing it wrong. I think I was doing it right, but hitting the wrong modifier. Yes.
There we go.
It's shift instead. All right. And, but also all divs as well. I need to return all divs.
Yeah. Or make it global. Yeah, you can't make it global yet.
Return. Or do I?
You either return it or call random quote right there. Either one. Because random quote needs it.
Return all divs. Random quote. So, or call whack.
Right.
Whack. Not really. So what we can do is
no, because it gives you the random divs on that page.
Let's see. Quotes list O quotes is going to be equal to make random page request.
Beautiful.
And finally, we are going to print random quote.
Nice, I like this.
List O quotes. All right, this feels fine for now. So this should give us.
You have one open.
Actually, let's do one other thing so we know which page it came from.
Yes.
So we can go to it. Let's go ahead and print I won't have access to any of this stuff, so. Print. Page number. Page number is this, and let's print quote number, just so we can check on the site to make sure it matches up properly. The quote number is random. All right, so this should give us what the page is, what number the quote is, and it should give us the actual quote itself. Make random page. Wow. Line 30. Oh, missing a quote. There we go. That's why I need a linter. Okay, let's read this error that we got. Page number random num. Random num is not defined. Random num. Right here. Is this smoking? Random num. Is not spelled right? Random num. Oh, or did it say up top? Was it this one? Oh, that's because this one is random.
Oh.
Tab complete messed me up. Your page number is 6.
It's so bad. I forgot about that.
Okay, so our page. So obviously it did not print our request. So it obviously didn't. It didn't do this right. It just didn't.
Oh no, I don't know why actually.
So we can see what. Let's try to print that out.
That was so bad.
Oh, because print like it probably. I probably can't create it like this. Like this is a string. This is a string formatter. Like this is like a. I think this only works with.
Yeah, but wouldn't it return the resulting string, and that would be the parameter for Git?
Let's just, I'm saying that Git may not be able to format in this fashion, or does the F go inside of the quotes? I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's see what happens. I thought the resulting string would be returned, and then it'll be able to process it just fine. Ah, too many slashes. That doesn't make it. Oh, because I put a slash up top. That makes sense. Okay. So it failed because we have too many slashes. You can see right here, it's slash slash. All right, there we go. So now it actually works. Page number 3, quote number 1, which means it's actually the second quote on the page. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. That means we can go. Why is that an extra slash?
Because I didn't change it in the
printout.
In the printout.
Gotcha.
So we can actually go to page 3 and look at the second quote. And look at the second quote. For every minute you are angry, you lose 60 seconds of happiness. We did in fact get that random thing there. Let's see. Bruh. You can do that can't be true. What can't be true? You lost me.
Oh, they're talking about some other stuff.
Oh. Page failed.
What?
Didn't use that format. No need to use that format. That's old school. We're on Python. We're on Python 3. That format's old school. I feel like we can put this on your resume now.
Definitely can.
I'm putting it on my resume. You guys should put this on your resume too.
You're comfortable with it, put it on there.
So now you're gonna learn a little bit of Linux, even though you didn't come here for Linux. It's already after 10. So now you. Oh, what did I delete?
Dang, it's after 10?
It is after 10. I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
You're on a little bit of Linux now. I never remember how to do this by default though. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use this. We are gonna use this to do.
There's no lying on your resume. You didn't learn that here.
You learned no. Like you can put this on your resume because you did it. I did it. It's going on my resume. Yes, you didn't learn to lie.
Right.
You learned to talk about everything that you've ever done. Okay? It's important to talk about everything. Yes, I taught you to talk about the things that you've done, which we have in fact done. So, real quick, because you guys are probably going to be doing things with Linux. Linux, bash, well, it should be the same in all shells actually. Message of the day. Pretty sure it's just a file. Maybe we can stick it in here. Message of the day can be used to communicate information to the user. Etsy mod, MOTD. I'm pretty sure this is on more than just that. So we're gonna vim /Etsy MOTD. And we're gonna type in, I don't even think it needs to be a string. Hello, my name is Aaron. If I save this, actually, what do I do? Bang bang to do? Is that what I do? Yeah. I'm just gonna do hello for now. Let's see if this, what? Sudo vim Etsy MOTD. Oh, because I never had to enter my password. That's weird. Let's type some random stuff. Now if I do, nope. Let's see here. Ubuntu message of the day. How do you do it in Ubuntu? Too much work. This seems like too much work.
What are we trying to do?
Oh, it is. It's motd.tail. Is it? Is that what it is? I don't think that's it. Saved it. Let's close it. Open it back up. I don't think so. I think they lied to me. Custom message, the file.
Oh,
empty by default. Feel free. ASCII art. I don't care about ASCII art. This is only when you log in. It should give me. Oh, yeah, here we go. Moving information. No. This is no. No. This is a lot of work. Hold on, it's not a lot of work. I just. It should be one file. It wasn't other stuff. Okay. Message can be customized for individual needs of the user by modifying the Etsy MOTD file or script within Etsy update MOTD.d. So let me see if that exists. Yeah, check that out. Okay. And so what do we call this? How to append additional information. New login. What is that? What? RFOS login is. Okay. Oh, so it actually did.
Yes.
It actually did do it. But we're never gonna log in this way. So I'll just actually change that so that it actually gives me a new thing daily.
Nice.
I wonder if it. I hope that's a script. I hope it's a script. I don't know if does it say it's a script or a script within here. So I'm gonna put this script in here, and I'm gonna have it run that. And let me see, like below header. Oh, it just logged me back in. So Etsy, not update MOTD.d. So if I look at like double header, it should be a script. It's a bash script. Excellent. So let's do this. Let's sudo vim. Let's do 92. I guess that's an ordering. I don't know. We'll see. 92 quote of the day. Quote of the day. And we're gonna run exclamation point. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling. bin bash, and we are going to simply run Python 3. Should let me do this / I don't remember the path. Document / mastermind.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
/ streams.
That seems right.
/ Python /
I'm impressed.
what do we call this? What
I'm already
do we call
impressed.
this today? We call this web scraping
You did? Yeah, you did.
/
Name of the file. No, you're so close.
I'm just gonna save it. I didn't even need to exit out of it. I just could have just documents, mastermind, streams, streams, Python, web scraping, make request.py. So I'm just gonna copy all this just to make sure I got it right. Python. It might not even let me do Python 3. So it's gonna run this, but I need to go ahead and I need to push. This actually might work. Actually, this might work because it does print. That might work. We'll see if that works.
Let's see. Let's find out.
Log in. It works.
Terrible thing.
Moment of truth. That didn't work. that didn't work. Let's read this. Oh, maybe I have to restart the MOTD daemon. Is there a daemon? That feels right. /etsy init .d mot. No. Is that a thing?
Yes, it is. That's what I'm about to find out.
MOTDD. I mean, I should just read the thing that's right here. That's telling me exactly what to do. That I refuse to listen to. I did it. Okay, I did that. Oh, I have to chmod it. Oh, disable all. What? It's all prereqs. No, this is like for some extra stuff. I'm not reading that. Hold on. Maybe it's permissions. Hold on. Let's check the permissions.
Oh, he's fighting it, folks.
I'm fighting. Come on, man. I don't do none of this. CD /etsy update motd.d. Oh, look at that. Look at those permissions. It's not executable, but it's a bash script. Okay. Chmod +x 92 quote of the day. Sudo. Okay, and we'll take a look at it again. It is now executable. Let's do this.
Oh, who's calling 92 quote of the day?
Huh?
Who's calling that?
I don't know. I think it just calls everything in this directory.
Okay, gotcha.
I hope. I don't know. I think so. I think it calls everything in this directory.
Nothing.
Oh no, it's good. It's good. Python can't open file. No such file directory. Oh, because it's running as root. That makes sense. We got it. We figured it out. We know what to do now. Sudo. Oh, I gotta go back to the directory. We're almost there. Just trust me. Trust me. We're almost there. motd.d. Then sudo. I could just switch to root. I can't use this because root's running it. So /home/abrooks.
Nice. Oh, I see.
All right. Make sure everything still looks good. Let's do sudo login abrooks.
Import.
It's because, okay.
What's going on?
What's going on is that root's running this. Root does not have these packages installed, but it's about to. Pip 3 Install. There's better ways to do this. There's much better ways to do this. Wait, already? Oh, but it does not have Beautifulsoup 4. There we go, right there. That's the problem. That's the problem. And root's running these.
So the thing that's calling that.
So sudo login. Ooh!
There it is.
Now this doesn't look very good. I need to move it to a new place. But we did it. We did it. And I could tell it to run as me. I could absolutely tell it to run as me.
That's what I was thinking. Like, was that be more work or less work to do?
Same amount of work.
Okay.
Definitely same amount of work. Sure. Yeah, we're just messing around. This just want to make it. I wanted to make it show.
I work from home Zoom meeting 40 people.
We did it. We made it happen. We made it.
Is that it?
Yeah, it's done. No, we really should delete the rest of this crap. We don't need the rest of this. I don't care about that snap stuff. All I want to know is that the truth, Dumbledore side, it is a beautiful and terrible thing.
All right. And
should therefore be treated with great caution.
Oh, they said make it colored.
Okay. No, it's 1020. No, it's interesting because terminal coloring is actually a very interesting process because yes, we could add some coloring to this. I've run into a lot of terminal coloring problems when you already have a lot of terminal coloring going on. I actually would be very interested to see how ZSH handles this. It's not gonna actually. Does ZSH? Hold on. Will ZSH execute this? Does it execute this message of the day? I don't know. It should. It should definitely do it. Okay, now those no wonder are lost. It actually might be. I wonder if I bet it would be easier to color this. Just from what I know about ZSH, I've actually never needed to do this in between shells. It might actually be the same process, but I wonder if it would be easier to execute that script as a ZSH script rather than a bash script. That's not how it works. What? That's not how it works.
In your face.
I don't know. What are we talking? Oh, the coloring. No, I mean, no. I'm not a ZSH pro, and it adds in a lot of cool things. ZSH didn't log in. Oh, I guess it's not. It's bash now. Oh, you're right. It is bash now. That's not how it works. Thank you. You're right. What is intro to DevOps? So intro to DevOps is everything we just did. No, intro to DevOps is learning about, you are right, because that's going to be my default shell. It's going to log into my default shell. So can I do sudo login ZSH? Intro to DevOps is, in a short answer, DevOps is a methodology which allows you to deliver software faster, hopefully. It's really the idea of like automating systems, automating processes to make software development go faster. It's a fairly in-depth field. Deals with a lot of like systems knowledge, cloud computing, a little bit of programming, a little bit of security, a little bit of networking. There's a lot of stuff there. So that's what I do. I'm a DevOps engineer. That's what I do for a living. So yeah, I do a little bit of all of it. So I'm actually not great at anything, except for maybe the cloud. I'm pretty good at the cloud, to be honest with you. I'm good at a lot, not great at much, to be honest. But yeah, that is what intro to DevOps is. Pretty widespread. It doesn't go super deep into anything. It's super wide because there's a lot of concepts in there. Is Linux better than Windows? Debatable. If you like to play games, it's not. But I prefer to do work on Linux. I prefer to have fun on Windows. Personally, just some applications are easier, like video editing, content creation. I find to be better on Windows and Mac than Linux. But Linux works. Like I could use Linux full time if I wanted to. But again, use the best tool for the job. Can I see the code, please? Yes, you can, and I will absolutely. I will also post this on the GitHub. So DCTD documents, CD mastermind Python. No streams. This folder structure is awful. It's the worst. Web scraping.
Nothing wrong with folder structure. Makes sense.
Here's the code. If you want to see, let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go.
That's
Check that out.
pretty
Missing
small.
some lines. Oh, I'm gonna. Don't talk about my code. I hope you're saying you're missing some. I'm joking. I'm joking.
He is so not joking.
I'm definitely joking. I don't. That is the one thing I do not like when I'm doing tech stuff. I do not care if it works.
If it works.
I mean, there are levels to some things. Some applications, some things require better design than others, and you should think about those things. Some things it does not matter. It does not matter at all.
True.
So, don't bother me.
Best idea wins.
If I go through, if I go put something in for PR and they're like, look at all these things you could do to make it better, I'm like,
great.
What's the trade-off? Like, if it's going to take me 30 minutes to make these changes, but it's going to...
Honestly, I would make all the changes if the changes make sense.
If it makes sense.
If it's going to make things faster. If
it's going to make it easier for people to look at in the future. Because sometimes I do. Sometimes I actively make code that is not
as efficient,
but more readable.
Yeah.
I prefer readable because every time you go back to code that you've written last night, if I went back to code that we wrote last night in DevOps, I would be like, bruh, what is this?
I can't even.
What is this? So, you should be user bin Python 3 at the top. I could do that so that I can execute it. So that I will be able to execute it without having to call Python. And so this shebang at the top will allow me to do that. Actually, I don't know if that's where my Python 3 is, to be honest with you. I'm assuming it is, but I'm gonna check. Which Python 3? User local bin Python 3. User local bin. Let me show you guys what this does. So what this shebang does is it tells the interpreter how to run this code. So this is, if we look at this file is actually not an executable. I'll have to make it executable, but if I try to run it with a /, it won't work. If I try to just execute it by name, it won't work. So let's execute it, chmod plus x, make request. Now it's executable. I can actually run this by doing a / now, or just calling it by name, I believe. To be able to just do make request. Well, not in this directory. I had to do the / to call it in this directory. But if I went back a directory, I could do / web scraping, or where am I? Yeah, I could do web scraping. No, I couldn't. I would have to. Yeah, okay. I can call it by name. But if I remove that, I don't think it'll work. It won't know the code will. The interpreter will not know to do this. To execute this via Python, it'll get confused. Pretty sure. See that there?
Makes sense.
Like it doesn't know. It has no idea how to call it.
Yeah.
And that's what that shebang at the top does.
That makes sense.
It allows it to be interpreted when called. So thank you for that. That's a good iBlot 7. See, I know some stuff. I don't do stuff, but I know stuff. Okay.
That makes sense.
You should ask stranger to code review your blackjack program. Sure, 1000%. I would love to have the PRs up. If anyone wants to,
did it hit some? If anyone get some reviews,
I don't know.
When we left it wasn't in a terrible state, was it?
It was pretty bad.
Was it?
I went back and gave it a once through. I'm gonna post this. I'm gonna start posting this. I'm gonna post this on Twitter.
Yes.
And see what kind of stuff we get back.
Let's see that code.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. What's up, DV or DV _ welcome to the channel. What's up, Lord Lycan or Lickin? Either one. What's up? How you doing? But yeah, if anyone wants to review this, I should have put some context under here so people will know that this is not like Premiere code, like. But definitely review it. Definitely review it. Ask him, here's your code. So basically, we made a game of blackjack for Jack Black because he likes to gamble. Oh, look at this. We were just trying to get done.
We were just trying to get done that night.
We were trying to get done. This is not a good game of blackjack. It does work. Let's play.
But Polar Dream said he will review it. Let's go.
Let's play.
Let's go.
Let's play real quick.
We never won. Actually.
We never won. We never made it to $100,000. Let's play blackjack real quick. Shoot, this is a code review right here. You don't need nothing else but live gameplay. This is what we wrote. So let's do Python 3. Check this out. Hello, sirs and madams. Oh man, Blackjack, the famous actor. Do you want to play? Yes, I do. I currently have $35,000. We're gonna go ahead and bet $30,000.
Okay.
I
thought he would do all of it.
I've gotten 11.
Ooh.
Do we want to hit or we want to stay? We want to hit 65 grand. Once we get to 100 grand, we win.
There you go.
Let's do this again. How much do we want to bet? I don't trust myself to win twice in a row. Let's go 15 grand.
Oh man.
Let's go 15 grand. What do they have? He's got a 9 of diamonds showing. Got a hit. I lost.
Ooh.
Let's bet 20 grand.
You bet $20.
I bet $20. So I'm gonna hit because I bet $20. I'm gonna hit again. I'm gonna stay. At $50,000 and $20. Here we go. We're betting 50,000.
Let's go.
Ugh. Hit.
Every time.
I have $20.
You lost that fast. Dude, it's like forever to get that money back.
I have $40. We're on the come up.
Come up. Blackjack, baby.
I shouldn't have done it twice. I shouldn't have done 3 times in a row. Hit, stay, player wins. All right, I'm only gonna do $10 this time.
It's just like Vegas.
Hit.
You win when there's no money.
Stay. Dealer scores 18. Did we tie? We never handled ties.
Yes we did.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't.
All right, well, I tied, so that means I'm gonna win this time. Hit, stay. Dealer sucks.
You won.
Oh, we're on the come up. Dealer has a 4 of spades showing. I'm staying.
It's gone.
The game ended. I lost all my money.
Oh man.
You automatically start with $35,000. Again, it's just a fun little game we made over 2 days.
Dang, we got depressed.
We've never won.
We've never won.
You have to play the game until you either get it. You start with 35,000. You have to either. The only way the game ends, well, obviously you can end it yourself. Well, you can control C it, but the game doesn't actually end until you hit 0 or you hit 100,000.
You actually made it hard.
Huh?
Like,
it's hard. It's hard to win.
It's pretty good.
You got to be good at betting. You got to be good at playing. We'll try to add more decks to it or something, and we'll try to make the output better. The output is not great. Like to find out what you have versus what but like I only care about my score and how much I bet. I'm not looking at nothing else. But yeah, this is a fun little game. So that's your code review right there.
Boom.
Check that out. We could definitely add a GUI to it. That is something we could do to it in the future.
That would be nice.
That would be nice.
That'd be dope.
We could make it have some real dumb card faces. That'd be amazing.
Ooh.
When you use user bin, it explicitly is using system install Python for that user, and gives it more flexibility over the one. That's true. User bin env is, I believe, better, especially. I believe that works better when you're using like virtual Python environment stuff too. I'm not a Python expert though, so I don't know. Yeah, I was just demoing this out. Cool. But that's it for the first part of our part 2 project. I know it wasn't us creating anything amazing tonight, but the web scraping is going to be important for whatever we decide to do on Wednesday. I think we're going to switch it up. Because of all the information that's out here about coronavirus.
Yeah.
I think we're going to try to do something with scraping that data. Also, there are some APIs out there for coronavirus data while teaching you how to, grab information that way, being able to put that stuff together to make something useful. Also, I'm just gonna announce it now before we. I'm gonna announce it now. Well, first, Saturday is actually a super meetup. So if any of you attend any meetups that meet on Saturday or anytime during the week, obviously everyone's been displaced by the quarantines, so nobody can really meet. We are meeting on here on the Mastermind channel on Saturday. We're learning Docker. We're going to meet up for 3 hours from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Saturday Eastern time. And just it'll be a bunch of people there from different meetups. I'm going to try to get some representatives of some of the meetups to kind of just hop on, give their meetup a little plug, but just kind of come meet some new people from around the country, around the world. I don't know, just something nice to do on a Saturday.
What time?
I know it's 9 a.m. I know it's early. It's Saturday is my birthday, so like it's gonna be hard for me to wake up. But we're quarantined, so I'm probably not gonna be doing anything.
Wait
wild.
a minute, we're starting at 9?
Yeah,
that is early.
That's early. It's early. I'm gonna be late. I might have to start it from my phone.
Shoot, man, I didn't realize that early.
Nah, it's fine. It'll be fine. I'll be on
fine. Again.
Just join in. Appreciate it, Block 7. But on all next week is going to be exciting. We want to have information out about it today, but next week we will be doing an all week stream during work hours.
Yes.
So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a project from inception to product to MVP. I'll be 30 actually. I was dirty 30 this year.
Dirty 30.
But we're going to be taking a project from idea inception to product, but we're going to be doing it we're going to be teaching you the entire agile software development process. So we're going to be spending time breaking down the problem, creating user stories, learning about agile software development, like what agile Scrum is. We're going to be practicing the things. We're going to be doing stand-ups, probably 2 stand-ups a day, actually, probably in the beginning of the day and after lunch. And we're really going to be we're building an open source application. We've talked about it before. I've talked to you about wanting to basically have an open source platform for people to curate their own learning course content. So basically making a website where people can submit these markdown files or go to this interface to basically build out a course, because the internet, all the content is out there already. All the information you would ever want to know is out there, but no one's really put it together for you to consume it in the proper order and the proper fashion. So this will give people the ability to come in and create courses of their expertise with the information that already exists. I'll explain more about that both on the website and at the start, but we're going to be building a whole platform, an MVP. I'll talk to you about what I really dream of, but we need to get an MVP off the ground, and we're just going to be in here messing around for a week. And we're again, really practicing real software development kind of activities. So we're not just gonna be in here just BSing. We're gonna have stories, we're gonna have tickets. Everyone's gonna actually be able to contribute. You'll get to see how developers work together remotely using source control and version control. You'll see us have to merge code and have to fix things and all kinds of stuff like that. We're also gonna cover, you're gonna not only learn how to develop some software, you're gonna learn some cloud computing, and we'll be mapping out architecture and really thinking about how to solve this problem properly. Again, you'll learn a lot of cloud stuff, learn about hosting. We'll probably learn some serverless stuff, probably learn about static site generation. We'll learn a ton. We're going to do an entire project in a week, or get as close as possible, but it's also going to be something that can be utilized afterwards, something that we can all contribute to afterwards. I've talked about it before, but I think it'll be fun for us to actually start building this together. So that's what we're going to be doing. But more very specific information will be coming out hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow all the information will be coming out about it. But we need cybersecurity course. I agree. I think cybersecurity courses will be great. We are extending everything that we're doing. We'll be offering a lot more courses. That's more down, right? But that guy needs therapy. That's true. That's true. I don't know if he needs therapy, but I've heard you come through a couple times and say he needs therapy. But cool. Where's Dow? I've been out. He's been around. He's definitely been around. He raided us last night.
Oh, did he?
Or 2 nights ago? I don't know. He raided us. Brought some people over, so that was pretty dope. But yeah, we'll talk about some security stuff as well. Not cyber security per se, but we'll be covering security over the week. So again, definitely not something, obviously nobody's about to be on here for 40 hours out of the week.
40 hours
but
straight.
But if you're taking a break or something at work, or you just want something to play beside you, tune in. We'll be here having some fun. I'll be playing some games. I won't be able to work all that time. I'm going to be working on my Overwatch skills as well when I'm ready to take breaks. We'll both be coding live on here. We're getting the setup right so that we can kind of switch the views to people's screens. We can talk about what we're doing the whole time, but you can just kind of see how it works. We are gonna have a Scrum Master as well. It will not be us. We're gonna have a Scrum Master and probably other people popping in and out throughout the week as well. But it should just be fun. Just be fun.
Chill.
I'm off for 2 weeks and I have one class for college. Hey, I mean, it's going to be recorded. If you want to check it out in between your classes, check it out. It's going to be dope.
Absolutely.
I play Overwatch as well. Yeah, let's play. Oh, that hurt. Wait, no, that's great. I'm the best coder ever. So you must be top tier legendary at Overwatch.
All on YouTube.
Yes.
Right?
And it is all on YouTube. Go ahead, hit bang YouTube to get there. These do all go up. Everything's up to date on YouTube right now, minus yesterday's stream and today's stream. They'll go. I've been putting them up on the Thursday or Friday once the week is over, just because of the amount of time it takes to export them. But yeah, they do all go up on YouTube as well.
Everyone needs therapy. It's very true.
But cool. I think we're all good. That was a long night.
It was fun.
That was good. I think we're all good. One day we need to hit Chick-fil-A. I'm in.
I literally had Chick-fil-A today.
I've had Chick-fil-A in a while.
It's the only thing open.
It's the only thing open. I mean, I've actually just hit my next weight goal yesterday. I weighed myself yesterday and this morning. I hit my next weight goal. So now I'm in the 280s now. Everybody.
So I want to know what you're gonna do now that the gyms are closed. You had all this momentum.
I'm going to the track. I'm going to the track
outside,
and I'm running and I'm gonna do some push-ups and stuff. Now the gyms are closed. I've been on it. But I'm in the next, and then
next year, baby.
To see the eights was
feels good.
Well, it feels good, So just gonna go to the track, do some push-ups. Not that serious. Just eat right.
Eat right exercise.
Yeah, eat right exercise. Walk the dogs. Spend some time with the pup. But yeah, it's really rewarding. The only problem is the gym has kind of become my, not because it's the gym, I can find another place for it, but I have my podcast I listen to, books, things like that. It's become my place of thinking, kind of my own kind of little alone time to have some therapy for myself. And so I am going to miss that each day. Got to find some time to kind of just sit there and meditate.
Meditate, man.
Be alone with my thoughts. It's pretty great. But we'll make it work. We'll make all the things work.
88 Opus, 88.
Yeah,
everybody should come and get
Chick-fil-A. Yeah, we should. Yeah, we got to do a little improv. Once all this stuff blows over, we definitely got to do a meetup.
Block 7, you're in Laurel.
Have some Chick-fil-A. Definitely have some Chick-fil-A. I'm always in for the Chick-fil-A.
I'm going for Chick-fil-A. Everybody's invited for some Chick-fil-A. No, I'm not in Laurel.
He's in Dundalk.
No, he's not in. You're in Dundalk?
Nowhere near PG. Sheesh.
Yo, savage.
Savage.
It's okay if you live in Dundalk.
It's okay.
Yeah, it's no problem.
I just drove to Dundalk the other day. I was gonna go to where's I going? I went somewhere in Dundalk. Oh, I went to go drive a Miata. I went to go drive a Miata in Dundalk.
When did you drive a Miata? When did you drive a Miata?
At the Miata dealer. Yeah.
Nice.
They had. I wanted to see if I was too big to get in the new Miatas. Because I went there because they had a Miata that was special, and I wanted to see if I could fit. I've been in Miatas before. Miatas are actually very fun cars. For people who don't know, I'm into motorsports, and Miatas are. They're very interesting. I thought they were really stupid at first, and then I got to drive one, and it does feel amazing. And I was definitely too small for the first 2 generations. I can fit in the 3rd generation, nice. And I can fit in the 4th generation, which this one was the newest generation. Which, but my knee hits the steering wheel. If I so I could get a new seat. I could get a new wheel. But yes, it was in fact a manual. I won't buy any.
Automatic.
I will not buy an automatic car. Obviously, trucks, SUVs, but I will not buy.
I feel like certain like cars like that, especially.
I haven't had automatic in years.
Kind of have to have a stick.
It's just more fun. They are making less and less. I don't hate automatics. I love dual clutches actually. I've driven a couple cars. I love dual clutch transmissions. When they're gone, and I'll be okay with it when they are gone. But that is the reason why I won't buy if the stick is available. I'm gonna buy it because they're gonna be gone. The new Vet dual clutch does not have a stick, which hurts a little bit, but it's a special car. I have one on order. I can't afford it, but I have one. Well, I can afford it, but it will ruin the rest of my life financially. But
That's your choice.
When it came out, I was like, I'm putting my name down on
That
this
is your
list.
choice.
So I'm still waiting to hear. I am not buying it. Obviously, I can't buy it. But I could. My wife would.
She would kill you.
My wife is in a master's program, which we're paying for out of pocket, and they're very beautiful.
Is it about the 2020?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love them. And the thing is, like they're very nice. I like them for their price, but I prefer the C7s, the previous gen. I like them a lot. I like them a whole lot, and they're a bargain. They're a bargain now. And then these are going to be a bargain later, I think. But they're gorgeous. They are gorgeous. The only thing I don't like is they don't sound as great as I think they should sound, but not a big deal.
C7 better?
But cool. I do like the C7 better. But we're gonna get out of here because I have to make some stuff for announcing what we're gonna be doing next week. Just to give people some real information about what they're gonna get. Not even what they're gonna get, just what we're gonna be doing, so people can participate. Because I do want this to be. It's not just gonna be us. It's gonna be everyone who wants to have a piece in it.
Everybody's gonna be this office.
Yeah. So. And not even just an office. Again, I think this is a time when we can incorporate the kind of remote development, with
activity,
VS Code, work together and just have a little bit of fun. But that's it for tonight. I will see everyone tomorrow if you're in the DevOps. Tomorrow on DevOps, we are in. I really shouldn't do this.
Do it.
No, this is. No, I mean, it's tomorrow. We're going to be doing the monitoring and observability portion of the DevOps bootcamp. It is by far my least favorite portion.
Then don't do it.
No, I have to do it. This is like observability is one of the most important things in DevOps. Very important. It's very important. It's just not that fun. It's not like fun. So we'll do that, but we'll get into some cool stuff next week. So if you're interested in that, check that out. And we'll be back on Wednesday for part 2 of this, and we'll be making some cool stuff out of it that you can kind of take and have fun with afterwards. But that's it. Everybody have a great night.
You guys.
See y'all later.